Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street, we're James with Games. Happy Sunday, everybody. A particularly momentous Sunday. Oh, fix the door behind me. One moment. Yeah. Alright. I got Astra already in the room. She discovered a spot because a sweater fell behind the chair in the corner behind me. So that's both a secret spot, but also a soft spot. So she's pretty excited with that. All right, here we are. It's Sunday, but that's not the really exciting part. The really exciting part is that barring, some extraordinarily complicated endgame sequence that I can't work out before I have to go cook supper because it is my night to cook. Barring that, we're seeing Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness, through to the end. At least that's the hope. So let's dispense with any further ado. Let's get down to it. We had a hurricane here yesterday, but it was a mild hurricane, as these things go. I'm also distracted. I have like a subcutaneous bump on my forehead that is I'm not sure how visible it is. It's visible enough that I can just see how it's slightly changing the way the light hits my forehead. The real answer there is that you don't need to look at yourself in the bottom left corner of the monitor screen. Yeah, the hurricane turned out pretty mild. Lost a few hours of power. Unfortunately, one little part of the peninsular core of our city, which happens to be where Greg lives, still doesn't have power, or at least still didn't have power as of this morning, which meant that we didn't get to do. We were hoping to dip in and do just an outpost phase in Frosthaven for the sake of getting Rich's son involved in the stream for the first time, letting him make all of Rich's level up decisions, letting him weigh in on our outpost and road event decisions, and just generally probably inspiring him to say hilarious things. And also he'd probably want to show us some of his flips, or how he wrestles Hunter the dog. Lots of cool things that would be great to see. Unfortunately, that's deferred because we couldn't get it in. I did start King's Quest II Romancing the Throne yesterday and had a very successful mapping of the available area, collecting of things, and then running into a wall of I can tell some things that are going to happen here, but I don't quite know what to do, which is a thing that happens in adventure games, as we know. But yeah, exactly. The same thing occurred to me, Tashtari. I was like, okay, just as long as everything goes smoothly, we're gonna finish this. We're gonna beat the game. Oh, good, it's the 13th one. Well, who knows? Maybe it's an inverted 13. But yeah, getting started in Romancing the Throne was fun. Although now I wound up just being I know, somehow I gotta meet a mermaid, but I don't know how. Somehow I gotta cover the cage this bird is in for some reason, but I don't know how. Somehow I'm gonna be able to meet this person in the antique shop. Or go in the antique shop anyway, but I don't know how. Somehow I'm gonna be able to cross the Poison Lake to a castle that will almost certainly contain Count Dracula, but I don't know how. So, I got some thinking ahead of me. I read the manual after finishing the first session yesterday, and came away no closer to understanding anything. The manual was almost entirely a lengthier version of the storyline. The only thing I got from the manual was on the cover. Once you played just enough of the game, if you go and you look at the cover of the manual or the cover of the box, there's actually a blatant, minor quest spoiler, which is that the mysterious door is clearly going to open to reveal a door, which opens to reveal a door, which then opens to let me go to the tower that Graham saw in the mirror at the start. Because the threefold door frame with the tower on the other side is depicted on the box. Doesn't tell me how to, meet a mermaid, which I feel like I know I'm going to meet a mermaid because, there's these ocean areas, with nothing in them. There's a trident That's really what makes me think we're going to meet a mermaid. Got to give the trident back to the mermaid king, right? Or something like that. However, I don't know. I don't know how to make them appear. I kind of figured meeting mermaids is probably related to... The one clue I have for a key to that door is you got to make a big splash. Well, I got to get under the water somehow. But right now, if I try to dive under the water, even if it's just in a little lake, the game just says, no, it's too deep. Alright. But meanwhile, here in Moldavia, our hero, the hero of Spielberg, the Prince of Shapir, honored paladin and Simbani warrior, on the 16th night of his quest, was awakened by the Domovoy, who told him, hey, you know what? It's time to do some hero shit. Go to the castle. Save the girl. Bring her to Irana's staff in the town square. So the exciting thing about that, besides the fact that, oh, hey, things are coming to a head, is that we have now been kind of strongly we've received a strong suggestion that the ending here is not going to be reluctantly staking Tanya or reluctantly, being like, well, Hurray and Bela, you can go and live in the castle with Tanya forever now until you die and then she's just alone. Seems like we're going to be able to de-vampirize her. So the remaining concern for me is, are we going to be able to do that without having to kill Toby?
You've never seen so many locks and bars on a door. You can't find any way to open it.
But Hurray will get it for me.
It's very dangerous in Moldavia at night.
I know that, Hurray.
Always keep things locked up when it gets dark.
Very wise, but...
Out for now. If you wish to return
Thank you.
later this evening, just knock on the door. If you do not make it
BJ!
back to the closing of the
Welcome!
evening, may you rest in peace.
Here we are, heading out to save Tanya from Castle Brogov. Very exciting stuff. Okay, well here's one sign that something good has happened, I think. Because after I had thought that I had done Piotr the Paladin's final request of showing his ancestral sword to Dmitri, he showed up again and asked me to do it. But if he didn't show up just now, maybe that means he's happy now? Maybe? I don't know.
The massive gate to this town is securely barred.
Well, climb over the gate. You've got the climbing skill. Come on, buddy. Alright. I think we'll, we also have a pending meeting with Katrina, but I don't think that's supposed to be tonight. And so, I will, I'm going to take the graveyard, the crypt passage into the castle, and we'll make a beeline for Tanya. And, I mean, we got to get her back before sunup, or else this whole thing's a bust. On account of she'll be burnt to ashes by the sun. And so this will be the, assuming all goes according to plan here, the final day of, or the final weekend of a very short spurt of weekends where I was doing all adventure games. I will be back to a mix of adventure, because I'm still doing King's Quest on Saturdays.
You turn the large skeleton.
But we're going back to role-playing pure,
with a sound
or semi-pure,
like the groaning of an undead
with Ultima Underworld 2. So we return to Britannia.
door.
When I finish up with that,
Wide open.
we'll come back to Gloriana for Quest for Glory 5, which I'm pretty excited for. Not because, tentatively, because
Your danger sense.
the general
tingles
consensus
slightly as you enter
seems
the
to
dark
be
confines
that
of
it's
this
not one of the classic, they capped off this classic PC game series at the very dawn of the 3D era and ruined it, as opposed to, well, it's not quite the same, but it's still a pretty good game. Listen, if you've achieved semi-pure, you're doing all right. As long as pure is still part of the adjective.
The small key from the crest opens a lock in the relief. You open the coffin lid to reveal a dark passageway.
Yeah, so
into the mountainside.
I know almost nothing about Quest for Glory 5 besides that it is a break from the
dark passage for several minutes,
from the start of the series in the sense that it's just it's a new thing in a new context of the development of PC gaming. And then I know that according to the CRPG Addict, it contains one very compelling role-playing choice that you don't even get to make if you're a thief. So apparently there's something where a choice is made for you. Yeah, like that's the sort of temperature of the discussion that I've gathered. That it's like, probably would have been better if just not every single game series had to be forced into primitive 3D just because that was, the new hotness at the time.
You don't see any sign of life or movement.
Now it's a formal operation now to do good job. At the behest of the Dumbledore, now that we're underway. But yeah, like when I compare that to what I've read about, say, King's Quest 8 or Ultima's 8 and 9, or really just ultimately many first 3D entries, or often final entry period, in various beloved series. Yeah. So I know about this role-playing choice, which sounds exciting.
You hear voices beyond the upper door.
Ooh.
Two people seem to be having an argument in the next room. You feel an almost overwhelming sense of danger beyond the upper door. Something, or someone, lies in wait there for the unwary.
Okay. So, like, stuff is happening in the castle now that we're near the end of the game. This is not just an empty place I can walk through, listening at the doors and peeking through the keyholes for no reason.
You carefully open the door just a little so you can hear better and look through the crack.
Everything is going according to
Oh, man.
my plan. I am not interested in your petty revenge scheme.
You cannot trust him. He will attempt to destroy you the moment he realizes what you truly are.
No, he is already attracted to me. I
Nah.
want him to act from his own free will and not be some puppet whose string I hold. After all, if I only wanted a puppet, I could have used you.
There will come the day, Katrina, when I will be the Dark Master, and you will be only a memory.
You would love to destroy me, wouldn't you? Probably from the moment we met. But you thought you could use me, didn't you? You were blinded by your own ego. I have always been your master, and you my mere apprentice.
I will have my revenge.
On whom? The hero or myself?
Both of you.
I don't know.
Oh, it is so easy to make you lose your temper. That's why you will never be the Dark Master. You let your overwhelming pride override your thinking.
Okay. Cool. But then, I wonder, is this the thing where now they've had that conversation? Are they gone now? I'll check.
You carefully open the door.
Great. And they're gone. Alright, so. Oh, man. I wonder if that evil Katrina has anything to do with the Katrina, the totally innocent Katrina who's totally into me that I've been talking to. I don't know. We'll have to let that one play out. She is, I will say that I find her, the more charismatic character than Ad Avis there. Ad Avis, whatever we're supposed to call it.
Sense of sorrow.
Ooh, now that things are happening, is there is there anything more to be said or done here?
Ghost's only response.
No, still just a sad ghost, I guess. Unless maybe when it passes through me.
You shiver as the ghost passes through you. A cold chill remains behind.
All right.
You're getting tired.
I should have had Hurray brew me some coffee before I got going. But hindsight is 20/20. Katrina may be the more charismatic of the villains, but as far as evil doing goes, I think Ad Avis has the right of it that you should be not if you can suborn the free will of your enemies. One garlic macchiato, please. Grande. Actually, no, it's pretty late. Better go Vanti. I think vis-a-vis, do you want your enemies to have free will? I think Ad Avis has the better case there. If he had just, when he had me under his control and I had done his bidding, if he had then just been okay, now final thing, just kill yourself. He didn't take his own logic far enough.
You put your ear up against them.
Okay. Do I see anything?
Peering through the keyhole.
Great stuff. Do I remember the route? I think I do, but I might not. We'll do what we can. I mean, whatever. It's a castle. It's not that big. We'll find it eventually.
Door hinges. Put your ear up.
I don't hear anything. But you know what? After I was so diligent about oiling all the hinges the other times through, when the castle was, for all intents and purposes, asleep, maybe now that it's awake, I have to be a bit more careful. Would have been nice if they'd included a sound effect for the oiled hinges to make you feel like you'd achieved something.
Carefully. All you can hear a distant creak.
Okay.
You don't see any sign of life or movement beyond the door.
Although the fact that I peered through the keyhole over my shoulder while crouching and facing the opposite direction kind of suggests that I might have missed some essential details.
Careful. All you can hear. You don't see any.
Okay, we are on the right track. We are drawing closer to Tanya's chambers. And we haven't been eaten, which is also a plus. I should do the thing where I change or delete some of these files. I like that save name too much though. I'm gonna keep no man is poor who has goo. But delete a bunch of the others and get back in business. Yeah, I think that in the end, I think Katrina is going to come to regret leaving with my free will, and assuming that I am, that I'm so thick-headed here that I can easily be bamboozled. Even if she should have just used an alias. That even would have helped. I wouldn't necessarily connect Aunt Trina to, the Katarina Ivanovna that I had met in the swamp. And for that matter, we wouldn't have Ad Avis, just calling her by her real name, ruining his whole scheme. Okay, so we get closer to...
Carefully oil the doors.
Is this...
Rusty hinges.
I think this oil bottle is actually slowly emptying. I'm not positive that's true, but I think it might be. Which is a nice touch.
All you can hear...
So I probably won't see anything
I
either.
don't see...
And yet, you never know. Is this the right way? I think this is it. We've already earned some of Tanya's trust by restoring her doll to her. I might have to kill Toby. I hope I don't. I hope Toby is not
Carefully.
fully in on the scheme, That he really believes that he's doing the right thing and protecting the girl that he cares about.
You hear heavy breathing.
Perfect. That kind of hibernating bear breathing I'm comfortable with.
You sense that something is very wrong here, but not immediately dangerous.
I like that Tanya's
Nature does not seem to
sprite
be
is updated so she's
hostile,
playing with the
it is
doll.
Very protective of the child. There is a feeling of coldness about the child that fills you with sorrow and a touch of fear.
No, it's all sorrow for me, to be honest.
Hello, friend.
I don't know
Tanya
that...
says she thinks you're nice.
Aw, thanks, Tanya. I don't really, we've killed so many vampire bunnies that, there's some obvious, if it came to it, I feel like I could probably take on the vampire child as well. Even as I don't want to kill a child. So, I guess maybe that's a secondary fear. It's a moral fear. But I'm not scared of Tanya. And, I'm a little scared of Toby. Okay.
You say,
Hello, Tanya.
Hi! Have you come to play with Toby and me and Vanna?
No. I think I've already told her about her mommy, but I'm going to check. Just in case this is a new option. Obviously, this is a new option that we're going to build to, but let's get through this pretty quickly. I'm not going to linger asking her questions. We got a job to do, and we got to do it before sun comes up.
You tell Tanya how our mummy misses her.
I miss my mommy too. Sometimes I want to cry, but I can't anymore. I just feel sad.
Well, I have good news. We're going to get you crying again, Tanya. And also, other good things. But you will also regain the ability to cry if the domovoi is leading me in the right way. So check it out. Long ago, there was a beautiful and wise lady named Irana. We got to give her the backstory here.
You tell about Irana's staff and how it can make Tanya back into a real little girl again.
I like the staff. It always made such pretty flowers in town.
Hello,
You say
Stupinski.
it will make me all better, and I won't be a bad thing anymore?
I
You
think.
nod your head.
Yeah.
Oh, Toby, I can see my mommy and daddy again.
Seems like where this could go wrong. No, Toby, you can come too. We'll find a way to get the villagers on side with
Toby
you.
asks, what else will the staff do?
You try to explain about sacrifice.
Toby says he understands. He says you should take us to the staff now, so I can be with my mommy and daddy again.
Oh, wow.
Feels weird.
No sequence of sneaking out of the castle.
Happy. Icky. I'm scared.
Although this explains, I had become curious about one thing, Tashtari, because you had mentioned that...
Me, Toby, but who will protect
I'll
you?
finish my thought after. This seems important.
Okay, Toby. I'll protect you.
You cast the ritual of release.
The sacrifice of life for love.
Oh no, we are going to kill Toby, aren't we?
Your love for the child is great.
You see Toby silently nod his head.
Will you trade your life to give life to the child? Will you die willingly for the one you love?
Well, this is very beautiful.
No, Toby, no!
So shall the sacrifice be done.
He settled on some grunts. He was like,
Sacrifice complete.
I better just do
I am
grunts
again
that Tanya doesn't have to
staff
translate.
Of Irana.
Hey, hey, free staff.
I'm so sorry, Toby. I didn't protect you too good, did I?
Oh, no, Tanya. That's
I
not what...
love you too, Toby.
You take the sobbing child in your arms and carry her to the inn. You awaken her parents and are overwhelmed by their gratitude and joy. It is long before you manage to escape to the peace of your own room for what is left of the night.
Well, she hasn't eaten conventional food for quite
You
some
awaken
time,
as the sun
Stimpinski.
begins to rise.
Hello, Jacket, by the way. Oh, man. Well, that was a beautiful scene. We did end up killing Toby, but not... Okay. It would have been even better, not necessarily in dramatic terms, but in terms of being a happy outcome, if we had... Oh, man. If we... Yeah, no kidding, PJ. That was a well-done, a simple but well-done scene. Yeah. Would have been even better in terms of just happiness if just, like... The staff turned Tanya back into a girl and Toby back into a dog. And it turned out he had been a dog, and now she has a dog. But in terms of, I didn't have to kill Toby because he was trying to stop me. And, Toby was absolutely sincere in his love for Tanya, to an extreme degree, in fact. That was something. Now I wield the staff of Irana. Okay. On the one hand, a little dramatically abrupt to just be just in one box of narration, be and then the girl, the reuniting happens and all that. But then at the same time, probably just would have been a real emotional ringer. It's not like there's a lot of potential for surprise in a scene that's just a whole lot of crying and being reunited. So, awesome. Here we are. So yeah, Tashtari, I had started to get a little confused because you had mentioned that most people, a common puzzle points that they miss is the secret way back out of the crypt. And you said that's because most people go to the castle to end the game. They're not coming back. And so once I'd been given this quest by the Domovoy, I was like, but hold on. This isn't lining up. I'm not going to end the game yet. And then likewise, I thought, when I got there, and that scene with Katrina and Ad Avis is clearly there to underscore for the less attentive reader of the narrative, to make sure that you're aware that this Katrina is not on the up and up before you have your remaining meetings with her.
I must thank you for saving our Tanya. You have brought joy again into our lives. We are in your debt.
Well, I'm going to be collecting on the debt. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't mind free room and board. At the same time, I'm pretty good at finding money, so it's not like, Interesting. But then now the fact that the game basically teleports you back out of the castle, that explains it. How there can be two trips to the castle, and for most people, never involve a trip back. I'd give yourself credit for a little bit more than 50%. So, yeah. So check it out. This seems like I don't know if this is exactly what to bring up. Really? Like tactfully? But I'm curious what the dialogue is. So, how about that sacrifice, huh? Tanya, your best friend, he sure sacrificed himself.
You tell again how Toby sacrificed himself for Tanya.
He may have looked like a monster, but he obviously had a heart and mind of great kindness.
He did, and that's wonderful. And also an important lesson. Right, Yuri? A lesson that, maybe you could mention to your patrons, to your regulars when they're here tonight. About not judging books by their cover and things like that. So yeah, turns out vampires are real, like your daughter was.
Remind the innkeeper that the vampires are still in the castle. And there may be other...
Oh yeah, but also, yeah, I did notice the eyes of two of these people.
And we will make certain no vampire can come near her again.
I'm sorry, did you say here or her? In practice, those are very similar concepts. Well, that's great. Anyway, I'm going to have breakfast now and also see what Bella has to say about this whole saving the day thing. I bet she's happy.
Sausage and peppers fried with garlic.
Oh, nothing special? I thought there might be a special meal.
How we can ever thank you enough.
Mixing up the breakfast menu? Some pancakes? Some garlic pancakes? No, Bella, I'm so happy I could help. Bella, you know how you could thank me? If just you could wait till the end of my breakfast before you start blowing smoke in my face. Oh, seriously? Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that, Stimpinski. So yeah, got your child back.
Oh, my Tanya is her cheerful, loving self again. I could never thank you enough for the kindness you have shown us all.
Yeah, I don't know that actually sounds good. I'm just not sure what other kind of pancakes I could rely on Bella to come up with. As long as I can maintain a good opinion of any of the folks in Mordavia, I want to, so I'm not going to ask if she knows how to make latkes.
I knew Tanya was alive somewhere.
Well, she wasn't. She was undead.
I never lost hope that she would return.
And you were right about that part.
Bella, you heard his story. Tanya was dead.
Those would be pretty good.
Dead. A Nosferatu.
Yeah, thank you. You already...
Isn't she?
Yes.
As long as she's alive and well, what does it matter?
And that's true. That's true. But yeah, pretty fucked up how vampires turned out to be real, huh?
I don't understand with all this talk about vampires and Tanya. She has returned healthy and happy, and this is what's important.
Yeah, but you know how she's the same age she was when she left years ago?
She stole my baby from me. Still, I think I can understand her a little bit. I, too, have always wanted a child such as Tanya.
But you didn't steal Tanya from anybody, right?
I am only overjoyed to have my Tanya back.
And I'm overjoyed for you, Bella. And you, too, Yuri. Because it must be pretty wild.
Oh, she is her joyful self again.
I'm still struck by the idea that Tanya has re-become her joyful self. And she's up, like the crack of dawn. I would have thought she probably needed a little bit of time to get her sleep schedules reconfigured. Yeah, but now you're just like a happy innkeeper.
I have always found it difficult to express emotion. Mordavian men are not supposed to show such things. Yet I cried.
Yeah, like she was crying as it happened. You think she probably would have cried a little bit when she got home too. And then you could easily imagine how she maybe got swept up in. Well, yeah. Thanks for reminding me about all that crying you did last night, Yuri. I don't judge you for it. I don't think you're any less a man.
I do not know what to make of Tanya's stories about vampires. It is hard to imagine my lovely daughter as undead.
Picture her much, much paler. She had the fangs, and I'm not really sure what happens with the fangs when you get unvampirized. No. You leave the hero business to the heroes, Hurray. I would really very much like for your family unit to remain intact. But yeah, Tanya, you want to see your pictures of vampires? A little pastier, orange eyes. Straightforward stuff. Tanya. When I was coming to save you, I saw this guy who looked really familiar to a guy I knew, except I thought that guy I knew was dead. But then also we got this thing with vampires. She really got she got the plumpness back in her cheeks right away.
I didn't like him. He didn't like me. He didn't like Katrina either. They were all...
He doesn't get on great with anybody in my experience.
He had to do what she told him to do, and that made him very mad.
Alright, so Katrina is the one pulling the strings here.
I like Trina. She was kind to me and gave me lots of nice things. She even taught me to read and write. But I'll never go back to her. I want to stay with my mommy and daddy.
I think you're making the right choice. Also, I'm probably going to kill Katrina fairly soon.
Toby was my best friend in all the world. And I miss him. I wish he could come and live with us here.
Yeah. Me too. I was really hoping that Urana's staff would turn him back into a dog. But I guess he never was a dog. But hey, he loved you.
I'm happy to be home again. Everyone in town has come to see me and talk to me, and it's fun to be important. I like it.
That's great, but oh man. Did I oversleep? Alright. All of you. Take care. Wrap yourselves in garlic. I'll let you know when it's safe.
You hear a chorus of responses, some coming from the kitchen. Goodbye, and thank you.
Hold on. There's kitchen staff here? Yeah. Yeah, you would think that actually, you would kind of imagine that probably Tanya talked to Nikolai a lot, because she seems like a fairly straightforward kind of...
brought real joy to Mordavia by bringing Tanya back.
My man.
When she was stolen, it was as if all the laughter here had been taken as well. You gave us back our happiness. You are always on the go, my friend. Take care.
Yeah, hey, I mean, I don't know if you heard in and among the details of the Tanya story, but we do still have a vampire infestation that are trying to summon the Great Dark One of Uzel. So, yeah, I'm going to be on the go.
Good to see you.
It's great to see you always, my man. Always good to see you. Do we have any new dialogue options? I don't know. Is it better to be the Burgomeister when everyone in your town is happy except Nikolai? Actually, Nikolai is happy too. He's dead, but he's happy.
I am well, and I hope that you are also.
Doing great.
I know only what legends tell of them. Undead which drink the blood of the living. We have always had stories of them here. I have never known anyone here to be harmed by a vampire that we know of for certain.
Update your priors, my friend. Alright. Buddy, you take care.
Take care.
I will. As much care as you can take. When you're willfully bumbling into a trap set by the servants of the Dark One, in the hopes that you can then, at the last moment, turn it around on them. But here we are, day 17. And now we play the waiting game. I am, at this point, going to say 99% sure that the mouth ritual has already been taken from its original location by Katrina. And so there's nothing to do. In fact, now that I think about it, why not just... Actually, hold on. There is something left to do. Let's swing over to the Traveler's Camp. and see if there's any more readings or if there's any dialogue about vampires, any cool end game dialogue. And I ought to swing through the town, talk to Nana Olga, talk to Igor. Don't say a single word to Dr. Cranium, who I don't think I ever have to see again in my life, and great. Yeah, so there's going to be a little break before little or possibly very... well, let me think. I think like Ultima Underworld for me... How long did I... You know what? Pardon me a moment. I'm going to look at my playtime stats for Ultima Underworld 1. Cedric, you missed the end of Tanya's quest. It was powerful. We all cried a little. Except probably Stimpinski. But hold on. Okay. Ultima Underworld 1. Okay, yeah, you know what? Even assuming that Ultima Underworld 2 is a bigger game than Ultima Underworld 1, that was a sub 30-hour game for me. And some of that, like, when I played Ultima Underworld 1, I did not read the manual first. Or actually at any point during playing it. And I also didn't just like look up the controls. And so there were controls. Actually, hold on. Back this way. There were controls in the game that like very, very late. I was like, you know what? I had to look up the buttons and I discovered some things I didn't know I could do. But as a result of not reading the instructions, I also... Oh, you know what? Yeah.
You have to stand still.
Well, then stand friggin' still, man. Come on. Hold still. I don't think we have much left to be gained by just tangling with the denizens of the woods. Let's get the whole the Dark One situation under control. Maybe that'll calm the wyvern population a little. But yeah, so the key thing that not reading the manual did to me in Ultima Underworld 1 was that the way you level up in Ultima Underworld 1 is when you gain levels, they give you like points, like training points or something like that. And then you can go to shrines, and if you know the relevant ritual phrase for the shrine, you can say it, and then it will increase whatever skills that shrine increases. Okay, some of that is spelled out for you in the game itself. But what I didn't pick up on, I didn't connect it to a level up mechanism. I just thought, you get a one-time bonus at each shrine when you know the mantra. And otherwise, I just stacked a whole lot of level ups that until the very, very end of the game, like I was on like level 7 or level 8 in the 8th floor dungeon. I hadn't leveled up anything more than once. So I never used any magic. It took a long time to win some of the later game fights that probably weren't even supposed to be that difficult. So what I'm saying is I hope that Ultima Underworld 2 is not going to be like, 9 months of slogging through. I'm hoping it's fairly quick and we can get back, because I am excited for Quest for Glory 5.
In my dreams
even if
night,
I also want to get a little more Britannia experience in.
It said the
Okay, great.
sacrifice had been made.
This is what I was hoping
The
for.
dead had risen.
Yes?
And the living had died.
Also, yes, yeah.
When I awoke, I feared it was you who made the sacrifice. I
No,
sent
no.
Davy to discover the truth.
I'm all about the virtuous sacrifice,
He climbed
but
over the wall and
kind of seemed a little bit too early for me to be taking myself out of this equation.
He became scared when he caught your scent there. But then he scented you going with the child to the inn.
If I was still going,
It's
could he not have
our
just
way to
looked
be
and seen that?
concerned about outsiders. You have certainly become more than an outsider to us.
We can add another appellation. Honorary traveler, baby. Do as I say, not as I do. So, Davy. Nothing new for Davy to say. Anything cool for me to? Well, yeah, check it out. So, yeah. Turned out, I don't know if you know Hurray and Bella, but their kid, it was a whole situation.
You tell about Tanya, Toby, and the star.
And yeah, she had a big buddy.
So the child has been restored to life
Yes.
through the sacrifice of Toby. And the staff of Hurray
Magda,
is in
I love that you said the sacrifice of Toby, calling him by his name,
With this,
and not the
you
sacrifice
have
of the beast or
undoubtedly
whatever.
angered someone very powerful. I would
Oh,
be very
no,
careful
don't worry.
traveling at
They were
night.
already really, really mad at me. Especially one of these two. Really hates me. And to be fair, I did knock him off a very tall building. Yeah. But yes. Thank you, Magda, for, recognizing Toby as Toby. But yeah, so we had a vampire situation.
Listen, it is said that the only certain way to kill a vampire is to drive a wooden stake through its heart. This can only be done while the creature is helpless during the day. The Nosferatu have great powers of enchantment, and those foolish enough to face a vampire by night usually wind up feeding its lust for blood.
Yeah, that checks out. You always want to get a sense, vampires, obviously. There are many different conceptions of them, so it's good to get a reading on exactly what kind of vampires we're dealing with here. They are not going to be defeated just in single combat if I find a special whip, right? Like, I've played some Castlevania in my spare time.
That
Any
is
cool
all
visions?
I know of the vision. I do sense that you have the staff now.
Oh, it is very powerful and has a mind of its own, as I am sure you will find.
Ha! Yeah. Like in a cool way, right? So how have you been, Magda? We always talk about me.
But I have had a great deal of difficulty sleeping. My dreams disturb me very much. Foreknowledge is as much a curse as a gift.
Oh, gee. I don't even have well, I actually do have a lot of foreknowledge, actually, because of dreams. But also, I just have these dreams. Do you have this dream where, you feel good, but then all of a sudden you're drowning or something? It's dark? I hate that one. This dark one, this Avoozle. Do you think something's afoot there?
Do not speak of it. Do not think of it, for it will drive you mad.
I mean, I gotta think a little bit. I gotta strategize here, Magda. Okay. You want to do a reading, for old time's sake?
Forgive me, but I cannot get a reading from the cards right now. Each comes up as a void card, the black one. I will let you know when the time is right to read again.
That old saw. Alright, so yeah, you're drawing all void cards. Kind of feels like you could get a reading off of that, right? But maybe that's the kind of thing we shouldn't think about because it could drive us mad. Alright. I'll continue being careful at night. But not that careful. I'm actually going to go meet a vampiress tonight. And pretend that I don't know that she's a
May your
vampire.
luck hold true. Be wary, for your enemies may soon act against you.
Yeah, that's what they were saying when I was listening to them talk last night. Okay. Well, I don't think there's much to be gained by talking to Baba Yaga again. And I'm out of bones, so she's going to eat me anyway. I think I'll err on the side of assuming that there's little more to be said to Baba Yaga. But hopefully, if we meet again in Quest for Glory 5, maybe I've built some cred with her. Oh. A Necrotor that is well progressed into rigor mortis. Oh. Here he comes. Well, joke's on you, buddy. Nice. And we're on our way. But yeah. Really can't quantify the extent to which I'm grateful to have not had to do a side-scrolling action fight against Toby. Even if it was also very sad what wound up happening to Toby. But it was sad in like a, it hurts to see it, but it's also a really nice moment kind of way. Which is way better than just like, Toby turned out to have been a bad monster all the whole time I had to butcher him. Alright. Go talk to Nana Olga. See if she has anything happy to say about Tanya being back. Talk to Igor. I bet that Igor likes Tanya. Because Tanya, you really get the kind of sense that she's not like off-put by his strange appearance and stuff like that. She's probably very nice to him. Oh, I guess I do know one other thing. Or assume one other thing about Quest for Glory 5, Trial by Fire. 2 more things. Which are that A, it's going to be set in a place called Silmaria, and B, Punny Bones will appear in it. I don't know if either of those are true. But Punny Bones pretty heavily hinted we'll be meeting again in a place called Silmaria. And there's only one chance left for that to happen. I don't know. Like, obviously, so far we've had Germanic Europe. We've had absolutely Cedric. I think that is a really good analogy. This game has both the Rusalka quest, which is a little less emotionally powerful than the Jilinar quest, but also really very narratively similar, at least in some capacities. Like, freeing the soul or lightening the burden on the soul of a woman who was very, very poorly treated by men during her life. And then the Tanya quest is gets for the the heartstring tugging, the emotional ringer. Really, really well done stuff. This is such a good game. With the one extraordinarily sour note of Dr. Cranium there. Well, no, I don't know. Did you hear any rumors about me doing a really great thing, Igor?
Igor come back to town after dark the other night. See strange, pretty woman standing near gate. She looked like she looking for someone.
Yeah, probably.
Igor go up to pretty woman. Igor say, "Hey, baby, want to light my pyre?" Little graveyard humor there. She not have sense of humor. She give Igor cold shudder and walk off. Igor in love. Oh, at least reasonable facsimile.
Well, this is a much worse situation than the last time that a dude I had come to like in the new place I had traveled to was in love with someone who was pursuing me. Because I am going to turn her to dust. There will be no swooping in for you. You will not be surprising me later to be like, hey, I knocked up your wife.
Rest in peace.
Alright. Onwards to Nana Olga. And then, I don't think there's anything left to do but just kind of stand in the town square with my eyes half shut and just kind of bob back and forth all day. But yeah, we've had Germanic European folklore as a setting. We've had, Persia or Arabia, but ultimately 1001 Arabian Nights as a setting. We've had Eastern Africa, like Kenya, Ethiopia, as a setting. I did. It's true. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Well, hello, Olga.
So, you haven't been eaten yet?
No. I went to the castle, as you've heard.
I mean, when you should be staying in this nice, safe town.
But if I was staying in the nice, safe town, Olga, would I have done the really cool thing about saving the girl?
Tell Olga about what you've been doing in Moldavia.
Alright. Nothing new there. Heard any good rumors?
What would you like to know about?
Oh, we do have some new things to talk about. I don't want to hear anything about the travelers from Nanolga.
I've heard you really had a great adventure bringing Tanya back from that awful castle. Did you really have to fight hundreds of horrible monsters without even a sword?
No.
That's wonderful!
I'm glad that you would have thought that was impressive, but I didn't do that. But I could have, if I needed to. I am pretty heroic. I can shoot fire, shoot ice, shoot lightning.
They say Nikolai went off to look for Anna for the last time.
He did.
Maybe they're together again somewhere.
Yes, they are. They are. It's all very, very nice stuff. Alright, well hey, Nana Olga, it's always a pleasure. You take care.
Don't want to see your funeral. You hate that walk to the cemetery.
Yeah, well, hey, tell Boris I said hi.
Yeah, good night, and don't let the bedbugs bite, as my husband used to say.
Okay. Yeah, if this was real life, like if I was the hero, that would be the hardest part for me about going to the general stores. That like my inclination is to say hello to each cat that I come across when I'm visiting people, and they're all black cats, so it's like, oh man, like hey, Kiki, it's good to see you. Oh no, this is Spot. I already said hi to Spot. Good to see you, Spot. Where the fuck's Kiki? And you know that Olga hasn't put the work in to get the cats to recognize their names. And to be fair, it's not easy to... It's not like dogs, where they're pretty quickly like, I'm that word that you say, and I think that's awesome because I think you're so great. You really have to... you have to refrain from giving cats other, like... Especially, like, the pss thing. If you train your cats on that, it's way harder to get them to know what their name is. Okay. Alright. Well, I know I said the town square, but let's get back to nature. I don't know, look, could we put some name tags on these cats or something?
After some rest, you feel better.
That's how it usually goes. Okay, we're pretty far along in the day. Oh, this is a meeting at the castle gates.
After some rest.
Keep that in mind.
After some...
Feeling good, feeling good. Sun's a setting.
After some rest, you feel better. After some rest, you feel...
I named him Creamsicle because he reminds me of my favorite, the garlic creamsicles that I loved to eat when I was a child. Is the garlic flavor in the cream or in the water ice?
After some...
Alright. Remember, she's not really flirting with you. She's not really into you. She's not even friggin' here. Is it tomorrow night that we're supposed to meet? What night is this again? Ah, I think it maybe was. I'm not positive though. So here's what we'll do. You can go sleep in the inn. So I might as well run. I'll blow through the day tomorrow and see if we can meet her there. Failing that, I guess I will start creeping around the Borgov Castle in the day and see if we can just get somewhere now.
You deftly slip over the gate and into town.
Deafness is one of my...
Shiver of cold.
Oh, no. Here's Piotr.
You serve two dark masters.
No.
Your goal is greater darkness.
Yeah, but I don't serve them.
Walking this dark path, you may bring light.
Yes, okay. Piotr
The
gets it.
spirit of Irana is trapped within the darkness.
That's what they say. And what my dreams seem to
Unleash the
imply.
darkness, that Irana's spirit might be free. Release the darkness, that it might be banished forever. But beware your own dark masters, for they will bring you sorrow.
I bet. Okay, actually, let's see if that particular meeting is the progress flag.
The massive gate to this town is securely barred to protect it from things that go bump in the night. You can...
That's the progress flag that will get her to meet me this night, then we want to know that. Otherwise, I assume I can meet her tomorrow because Piotr is certainly pretty heavily implied that I'm on the right track by playing into their trap so that they can open the gate for the Dark One so that I can bust out Irana's staff and maybe turn the tables on the old Dark One. Hey, what's my score at? $326. Not bad. I would have thought I would have earned at least some honor for saving Tanya. At the same time, I am quite honorable, so at least the game's acknowledging that. Nope. Alright. No Katrina tonight. Oh, my man. Alright. I'll fight this one. Only because of his sweet-ass music. Boom. Flashing the old double biceps. But I'm not even going to bother looting this guy. He did not have much money on him.
You deftly...
Oh man, I've tried twice to get to the point of speculating about what Silmaria might be like. But yeah, Germanic Europe, 1001 Arabian Nights, Eastern Africa.
You hear movement on the other side of the door.
Slavic Europe in
After
folklore.
a few minutes, you hear someone removing
And
the bar
then-
and unlocking the bolts on the other side of the door.
I don't know. The fact that they hold that Wages of War is often held up specifically as like, look at what a rare setting. Makes me think that probably we're not also getting some unexpected setting. Good night, everybody.
You are overwhelmed by the friendly voices saying farewell to you.
Alright, so I even won over the jerks.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
So then it's like, okay, what are some obvious settings that we haven't seen yet? We could do it could be like Western Europe. It could be Greece or Rome or Italy. I'm gonna bet against it being like, like we're going to Japan or we're going to China. It's certainly not, like New Zealand. Probably like just like a medieval Renaissance-y type Europe or a Greece or Rome kind of deal. Probably. I don't know. I really haven't heard. So I guess we'll... Oh ho ho!
The note says, meet me at the castle gates tonight. We have much to talk about.
Oh, we do.
Katrina.
You got that right. You got that right, Katrina. Lots to talk about. I suppose there's no reason I can't nap the day away in my bed. And yet... Tanya had one day of being joyous to be back, and then the weight of the years of being undead crashed in on her. She progressed immediately to adolescence, and now Tanya stays in bed until the early afternoon.
It's sausage and peppers fried with garlic.
Peppers again? Come on. Well, anyway, I will eat my breakfast, which I think just happens automatically, but... Yes. Okay. Hey, great. Thank you for breakfast, as always. And you both take care.
Get a wave and a smile in response.
Oh, come on. I saved your daughter. Can't you toss a thumbs up in there?
That didn't...
What? Oh, whoops. That's a hand. I was trying to impress them by walking on my hands out the door. Is there anything this hero can't do?
One thing you can say about Mordavia is that it is never dull. Be careful out there.
I will be, buddy. You know I will be. How you doing?
Good to see you.
It's great to see you. But yeah, you take care.
Take care.
You too. Oh, did she? That's awesome. If that's... I totally missed that. All right. Oh, okay. We should probably imagine just like a leveled up amount of friendly gestures and demeanor from Yuri and Bella. Especially perhaps Yuri, because like Yuri, as he said, grew up with the idea of, you got to keep your feelings in, you got to be a man. But losing your daughter and then like forcing yourself to come to grips with it, but still having to deal with your wife's grief, and then getting your daughter back, like that'll break the walls down. Oh, whoops. She's obviously not going to be there yet. All right.
After some rest, you feel better.
Feeling good. Feeling great.
After some rest, you feel better.
Oh, Astra's on the move. Gotta let her out. Hey, sweetie. You heading out? Thanks for hanging with me. Alright, she's on her way.
After some
I think there's probably actually a hard limit, a point at which taking a standing nap in the same spot for like 12 hours or so would stop making you feel better and start making you feel very, very stiff.
After some
We've got to be almost there. But I'm not going to peek.
After some rest...
Ah, there we go. I was right.
After...
Nighttime. The fateful meeting comes. The appointed hour. Yeah.
Enough for the challenge. It comes in the form of two slavering necrotors.
And then Katrina walks out and says hello? What the hell, Katrina? Did I misread the note? Did she tell me to meet her some... Did she say the town gates? Oh, okay, fine. Whatever.
Suddenly you have a terrible feeling of...
Oh, wait a minute, right.
You recognize Ad Avis, the evil wizard whom you thought you had killed in Rassier. Somehow, he has returned to life.
And this is the second time that I've seen him.
Recall how Ad Avis once brought you under his control. You realize that you must avoid looking into his eyes at all costs.
Ad Avis, how you doing, man?
How nice of you to come. I'm afraid I accidentally signed the wrong name to your note.
Oh, that was very clever.
Ages since we last met.
It's been a while.
Let me look at you.
How about I'll just throw the double biceps up from over here?
You have no power against one such as I. Let's play a little game of fox and hound, shall we?
Ah.
I have summoned the hounds of death. Now we shall see whether you've kept up with your running lessons.
Huh. Nope. I haven't. At all, apparently, even though I've been running.
You fool! Did you really believe you could get away from me?
Well, no, I didn't even try, if you hadn't noticed.
You will pay for my death. It is you that caused me to become a vampire.
That's not true.
If you had not killed me, I would never be forced to serve the Dark Master again.
That's a fairer point.
Probably
I didn't make you a vampire,
all
though.
the problems around here, don't you?
No.
You understand nothing.
No,
The Dark Master is the cause of all the woe that is here.
that is actually what I
The Dark
believe,
Master
too.
brought you here against my better judgment.
I've heard.
The Dark Master made me what I am now, a Nosferatu, and seeks to do the same to you.
It's not gonna work.
But I shall spare you that fate. I will mercifully end your miserable existence. Then the Dark Master and I will call forth eternal darkness, and we will no longer be limited to travel at night. Together.
Is that the main thing that appeals to you about summoning eternal darkness?
And we will
You're just
conquer
worried
the
about
world.
your own personal traveling convenience?
Be there to witness this. You cannot stop us now. You will never find your way out of this dungeon, and only a stake through the heart or more magic than you will ever have can stop us. You will die, knowing that you were destroyed by the Dark Master.
Not true.
The sun now rises. I must go to my rest. You too shall rest. I will not allow you the chance to escape your fate, or to use that stake and hammer I torment you with here. Weapons of my destruction so close at hand, yet so far. Sleep now, great hero.
Ad Avis.
Tomorrow.
Avis. Whatever.
die.
Have you learned nothing from our previous interactions? Oh, thought by now she would know that it's tough for you to put one over on me.
You wake up from what you thought was a nightmare, only to discover that it's only too real.
I know, I was pretty clear on this being real and
You
terrible.
sense the vague impressions of ancient pain and horror in this place. There's also the sense of something dark and very much alive near you, hungering for you.
Well, it's neither of those guys in the foreground. Alright. Sure. Okay. Brief intermission. I'm just going to run to the washroom. And then we're going to see, we're going to find out. Actually, I'm going to stop time from advancing in the game while I do this. just in case I'm limited here during the sequence. And I'll be right back. And we're going to find out if Ad Avis is right. That he's got me right where I want me. And that it's perfectly safe for him to leave that hammer and stake right next to me. Hang tight, gang. Alright, so once again, I have fallen into the clutches of Ad Avis, or Ad Avis, or however you want to say his name. And, once again, we're going to make him regret this whole thing. Let me take stock of my surroundings.
It looks like the sort of metal collar from which a chandelier might be supported. You suspect, however, that it's used for hanging something else in this setting.
Yeah, that's probably true. What are these cages?
It's not clear whether the cages are designed to hold prisoners or hungry monsters. Maybe both are put in at the same time.
No, those look like prisoner cages, and that seems crystal clear, actually.
It's an Iron Maiden, a popular torture and murder device. The inside bristles with sharp iron spikes. Unlike most things here, it is shiny and has no rust forming on it.
That feels like a clue.
It's definitely a skeleton, make no bones about it.
Keeping the mood light. Here's the door.
A heavily barred and reinforced door leads out to one of the castle's stairways.
What about this?
The executioner's axe is neatly stored in the chopping block, waiting to get ahead.
And then, of course, we have
it's a heavy iron...
the hammer and stake that I need to slay a vampire. Left right here. But I can't... Can I get it with my feet?
With some effort, you break the rusty chain.
You didn't think this one through, Ad Avis.
Pick up the heavy hammer and store it in your pack.
Hell yeah. And let's grab that stake while we're here.
You take the wooden stake and stake its claim in your pack.
This is probably good practice for the next session of King's Quest II Romancing the Throne. Where it feels pretty likely I'm going to have to kill Count Dracula by using a mallet to pound a tent spike through. If I can figure out how to get the game moving. Alright, without going over to the Iron Maiden, which is obviously the notable thing in this room.
There's no reason to do that. The Iron Maiden isn't locked.
But couldn't we open it without me? Okay, fine, I'll go over there. Anything important in here?
Now that you look closely, there does seem to be something a bit odd about the design of the Iron Maiden. Take a deep breath and step inside.
Am I just hiding in here? Is this a teleporter? Of course it is. And it's a
You're in a lady's richly decorated bedroom. The coffin, where there should be a bed, seems a bit out of place, but there's no accounting for tastes. You sense deadly danger here, to your body and your soul.
Yeah, usually, I will say, How's my sense of time right now? Normally, when I find an Iron Maiden, and I'm like, it's kind of weird Iron Maiden. My first instinct is, maybe I should shut myself inside and see what happens. But it paid off this time. Alright, so, is this Katrina? No doubt about it?
Where a bed would normally be is a closed coffin.
Oh, it's closed.
It is an ornate affair, apparently custom designed for someone who expected to be in and out of it frequently.
That adds up.
Only shards remain of the mirror. It appears to have been shattered by a single violent blow. Judging from the size of these pots, Katrina must really earn a lot.
Ha 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 ha. Well done. Alright. Can it be all so simple? It sure can. A little if this is really... No, okay.
Suddenly you find yourself totally
Okay.
unable to move.
You! What are you? How dare you? Try to kill me, were you?
What? I was just looking. Okay.
How dare you?
One sec, Cedric. I'll go back.
Steal away my child. Kill my
No.
servant, Toby.
That wasn't your child.
And then
I didn't kill
you
Toby.
Kill me?
I haven't even tried to kill you
I
yet.
befriended you and helped you. Some hero you are. I should leave you here to rot. I should let the rats gnaw your bones while you hang there. Give me one reason, one excuse why I should not leave you here to die.
Let me think. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, wow. Looks like things are about to get spicy. But alright.
Now that you look closely, there does seem to be something a bit.
She's really jumping to conclusions. I was only glancing at her
Deep
face.
breath and step inside.
Okay.
You're in a lady's richly decorated bedroom. The coffin, where there should be a bed, seems a bit out of place. But there's no accounting. You sense deadly danger here. To your body and your soul.
The body part being that vampires can kill you, the soul part being that if you bumble into helping the evil vampire, you've done something bad. Are these the urns you're talking about, Cedric? Or were there urns in the close-up of her? Okay. Alright. Let's see how much Katrina really earns here.
Love this. You haven't earned the right to that.
Excellent. Yep. That was well done. Really slow burn to the meta commentary on the puns. Well done. Alright, that was worth coming back for. Alright, let's not engage in an actual kink, because consensuality is, from what I understand, a pretty important part of that. But let's see. Hey, Katrina.
Suddenly you find yourself totally unable to move.
I was just saying hi.
You! What are you? How dare you? Try to kill me, were you?
I didn't. Look at my hands, empty.
How dare you? You break into my home.
I did do that.
Steal away my child.
Not
Kill
your
my
child.
servant, Toby.
Not
Then
true.
Return to kill me?
I was going to kill you eventually. I probably still will.
Some hero you are.
You didn't really befriend or help me though, did you?
You here to rot. I should let the rats gnaw your bones while you hang there. Give me one reason, one excuse why I should not leave you here to die.
It's more fun to torture the person you're going to kill. That's fair. So she did help me in that regard. I don't think it counts as befriending, though. Alright, so. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's start with the fact that that was not your fucking child. What is wrong with you?
Tell how you returned the child to her parents and how happy she is now.
Yeah. If you really love the
I
child.
loved her. I gave her everything she ever wanted.
No, you didn't.
Toys, Toby to talk and play with. She was no longer afraid of the night. She was happy here.
She was not.
Tell Katrina that Tanya is happy now.
You think it was wrong of me to take her from her parents?
Yes.
They ignored her. They
No,
never
I can't imagine
I
Bella
gave her
being a
everything.
distant mother.
You remind Katrina that she did kill Tanya.
And yeah, also, you did kill her.
Her? I lifted her to a new life. One where she would not have to fear growing old and ugly. One where she would never have to die again.
If it's so great, how
No,
can we
but
smash the
you
mirror?
Killed her. Returned her to fear and age.
And by the way,
to face death.
she might have wound up with a hair situation like this too if she couldn't
I
use
loved
mirrors
her.
anymore.
And she loved me.
I believe that you might have loved her, and she definitely said she liked you, but she didn't really know you. But yeah, listen, I did what I kind of had to do, right?
Try to explain what you're doing in Katrina's bedroom.
Trying to find an exit from the dungeon?
Yes.
Just couldn't pass up a chance to look at the helpless vampire, could you?
It was kind of weird that you turned out to be a vampire.
Wasn't it? I have decided that I still have a use for you. Alive.
Hey, that's great.
If you help me, you may still manage to leave Mordavia without my mark.
I think I am
I
going
want
to
you
do
to
that.
seek out the 5 missing Dark One rituals.
Oh, good. It's only 5
Return
missing.
to the castle. Together we will summon the Dark One and bring eternal night to this land.
Alright, you got a deal.
You will help me, won't you? Or must I take more drastic measures to assure your obedience?
Kind of seems like what kind of 2-bit operation are you and Ad Avis running that you've each that you each have had me under your control now, and neither one of you thought to like search my pockets because I've got the rituals, baby. But anyway, what's your mark? You mean like the
The telltale mark of a vampire's victim is the pair of puncture wounds on the throat.
the orange eyes, the paleness, the gauntness. There's plenty of marks there. Actually, yeah, I mean, you're not looking too gaunt or pale, but you do have the orange eye thing. So, you're in league with this Dark One, aren't you? Gonna summon him?
Dark One lies dreaming between this world and its own. The Dark One's cave not only is a temple.
In his house in Great Relay,
The
dead
Dark One.
Cthulhu
I
waits,
need
dreaming.
the rituals in order to bring the Dark One back into this world.
Or, alternately, to bring him to the spot where he can be destroyed forever by the staff that you would know that I had if either you or your minion had thought to search me. Anyway, gonna be an eternal night after this, I guess.
The Dark One will cast the shadow of darkness upon this land. Daylight will never come again. Then I will no longer need to sleep helpless in my coffin. I will no longer be vulnerable to any mere human who seeks to drive a stake through my heart. I truly will be the Dark Master.
Maybe. So you've undertaken some pretty drastic methods, but what kind of drastic method did you have in mind if I don't agree to help you?
I can bite your throat and lick your blood until you are vacant. You will then be alive, but under my complete control.
Well, I mean, some guys might be into
You
that,
would
but
find
I'm,
it difficult to
I'm
think
big on
clearly,
biting.
and it would take you a long time to heal. You would be very vulnerable to attack from the monsters of the night.
But that would be bad for you.
Since I do not want you to die just yet, I will restrain myself from caressing your very handsome throat with my...
Okay, so totally on the level. You do think I'm handsome. Like that wasn't an act. That's good. Okay, I'll help.
You tell Katrina that you'll do anything.
Anything.
Anything at all.
Anything.
If she'll just let you go and not rip your throat out.
Just don't rip my throat out. And honestly, if you
Because
stop
I can
whipping me
never
right in the stomach, that'd also be pretty cool.
I will make certain you carry out my bidding.
Oh, ow!
I geas thee. Thou shalt
Ah, man, a
seek the
geas.
blood ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the blood ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the breath ritual of the Dark One.
Are you a Greek Orthodox
Thou shalt
minister?
seek the bone ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the sense ritual of
I attended a
the
Greek
Dark
wedding
One.
during the summer.
Return
and,
with these rituals ere 3 nights pass.
I was not prepared
Supper.
for the Greek Orthodox wedding ceremony, which involves a lot of speak
So
singing
go and return with the ritual soon.
unto the ages of the ages. Alright. Alright. I'm under a geas. She would have just let me speak for a moment. I could have told her. I got them. There's no need for a geas. But okay. Been geased. Yeah. Here, femshep. We weren't quite at the point where Sierra was giving you 2 options to play through the game with either the Dark Master Katrina or the Dark Master Kit or something. Okay. I've been geased. I only learned the term geas a few years back when I was reading a collection of Clark Ashton Smith's short stories. One of the great weird fiction writers of the original weird fiction era. And, okay, so I guess the big question for me now is, how does she want me to come back? Just like, will she just be there now if I go back since I've got all the... Yeah, okay, great. Oops. Well, obviously that was a line about how now I can walk up to the castle. Affirmative. Yeah, there's a Clark Ashton's... Okay, hold on. If I'm going to talk about this story, I might as well remind myself what it's called. It has geas in the title. Yeah, it is just the 7 geases. And it's basically like a combination. Clark Ashton Smith was great at some aspects of writing. Very, very evocative prose. Like wild, florid imagination. And really not a great sense of like how to come up with a good plot. Or like a compelling like story that's happening. Sometimes he did, but not always. And this 7 geases is just sort of a gag. It combines his his wild imagination and flair for description with basically a joke plot where the main character...
What a good boy you are. You would never do anything to hurt me, would you? Unlike some others I could name.
I was just saying hello.
You have returned with the rituals. Good. Well, we will journey at once to the Dark One's cave. Soon it will be forever night and I shall never be at anyone's mercy again.
Getting right down to business here.
Ya Avuzel, hear me, great dark one. Open thy mouth that we may enter. Open thy mouth that will swallow us all. Open thy mouth of darkness, Ya Avuzel.
That's all I can do for you, James. You'll need to perform the other rituals yourself.
We will be watching you.
Who said that?
Do not even think of trying to betray us.
I guess it was
The
Katrina.
last ritual remains with the High Priest. You will need to take it before you begin the other rituals. Please, be careful.
Yes, we would hate for anything unpleasant to happen to you.
Enter now. And
This
good
whole
luck.
thing has already been pretty... This has not been pleasant. Ever since you first captured me, Ad Avis. But alright, into the cave. You say you've got your high priest... Oh, is he one of those Chernov priests? So I can definitely handle him. Whoa. There's a freaky thing down there. Some cool new music. Into darkness. So yeah, this 7 geas. Let me just get this out of my brain, so I'm not constantly trying to find a pause in the action to explain it. The joke is just that it's about some warrior, and he's confronting some horrible being, and the being puts him under a geas and says, like, you must go and like kill this other being for me. And then he goes, he like is compelled to go journey through a crazy environment, which is then described to him. At which point he arrives at the next horror, which is described in compelling detail. And then that thing puts him under a geas and says, you got to go to this guy. And that just keeps happening. And he goes and he meets 7 different horrors along the way with really nothing happening. And he has no free will the whole story. And then when he gets to the last one, that one's like, you gotta take a message or go kill the one that sent you to me. Like it's about to send him back up the chain. And then obviously Smith hit the word count that he needed to sell it to the magazines, because then the guy starts his journey back, but he slips and he falls to his death. The end. Not a great story, although again it's filled with great imagery and description. Okay.
The gruesome creature is a cross between a squid, chocolate chip, and your worst nightmares. It looks awake, alert, and as if it would enjoy having you for supper. A large book lies on the ground beside it. As awful as it now appears, something about the creature's shape suggests that it was once as human as you. Something truly terrible must have occurred to change it to its current shape.
Like, okay, I get it. Once I'm told that, I can see it's got like arms, sort of, except they're tentacles now, and it kind of has a face, but lots of things have arms or tentacles and a face. I'm not sure it's obvious to me that that thing was once human just by looking at it. At any rate, instead of even ever going down there, why don't I just take the book?
The horror strikes out long before your spell can reach the book.
Oh.
You don't have a chance of taking it as long as the creature is alive, awake, and active.
Okay, fine. That's clever enough. That's true. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Well, can you be calm to
This
sleep?
isn't a good place to...
No. Well, you know what? I guess there's no harm in just finding out if brute force can do the job here.
You can't reach the book.
Okay. How do I get down there again?
You can't leave.
Okay. Is this a way out? Or down? No. Okay. Well, then let's start with this for now. fly across.
It would be nice work if you could get it, but you don't know a flying spell. The best you can do is to levitate, but that just takes you up and down, unless you can find a way to let the wind help you.
Also, I don't have the levitate spell anymore, technically. But I'm also a pretty skilled guy. Wait, can I take the rope?
A rope might be useful, but it's
Okay.
firmly attached on both ends.
Okay, very good, but... what am I to do here? Is it as simple as killing this thing? I might as well try.
Oh, that's got to smart. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Does it though?
Oh. Oh.
I'll do a few more before I assume, no, this doesn't really seem to smart that much at all. Okay. Well. Let's carry on and see if there's an obvious way back. The book seems important. Well, we got lots of sphincters, including this one over here that is twitching wildly. Oh wait, no, I'm not going to poke the sphincter with my hand.
This is not a...
I didn't want to throw it. Okay. Could I use my actual sword for this?
That didn't do...
Okay, hold on. Fine. I'll stimulate the sphincter with my hand. We're in. But this was just back to a place we've been.
Force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through.
Alright. Well, will the other sphincters give way? Feels important to get that book, I'm not sure. You know what I should have done in preparation? I'll probably be okay, even though I didn't. I ought to have picked another mana fruit, right?
Try as you might, the stone valve...
Okay. Try all of them and then go back and accept that there is something to do in the other room.
Try as you might. Try as you might.
Okay. Actually, you know what? In terms of magic point conservation, I don't know why. I wouldn't jest. Go back this way. Okay. But yeah, what's the deal? What's the story here? Okay, maybe I should be looking at other things.
You see an old leather-bound book.
Sure.
A strong wind in this cave is blowing the plants towards a passage on the left side of the cave.
Yeah.
You can see the entrance to a large cave at the bottom of the pit.
Tentacled monster down there, of
There's a
course.
small ledge partway down the cliff face.
Can I just climb down?
That didn't... That...
Okay. We're on a staff. Makes a nice walking stick. Flowers, magical torch, which you probably need. Any chance this guy likes garlic?
That didn't do anything.
No. It's because he wants a full sandwich?
That didn't...
No.
That...
Can the glide spell do anything for me
Glide
here?
spell only...
Alright, that's a gliding on liquid, not just gliding however you might like. Test the rope.
You cautiously test the rope before crossing. It feels as though it's firmly anchored.
Okay, it's safe. Do I have another rope? No. Okay. Well, at this point... I guess I ought to try out some other spell attempts to see if I can just get this thing to not be a problem anymore. Like, can it be frozen?
Casting frostbite on a defenseless blob creature. It was cold.
Wait a minute, hold on. It used to be human. Can I talk to it?
No one's...
No.
It does...
Alright. Well, cold makes it cold. Which one is Dazzle? Zap. Lightning. Dazzle. Probably not it.
Pit creature has apparently been in this cave so
Oh.
long that it can't stand light. Your
Never
spell
mind.
is stunned
Perfect.
temporarily.
Awesome. It pays to multi-class. Thanks for the book.
Your spell travels down to the cave floor and draws up a large, well-worn book. It seems to be a nobleman's diary.
Mm-hmm.
You pick up the book and read it. It is the diary of the last boyar. It seems that the thing in the pit was the last boyar. Being a servant of the Dark One didn't do much for his looks or disposition. On the last page is the thing you have been searching for. The ritual of...
Oh, so he was the high priest,
Now you have...
not a Chairlad mage.
And the summoning of the Dark One can begin. The book crumbles into dust in your hands moments after you memorize the final ritual.
It's a good thing that I'm a quick study. Okay. Well, sucks to know you, buddy. How am I doing here? 356. We're coming to a head. The Great Points Deluge has begun. Can I just go back out, or do they need me to do the ritual?
That didn't...
Might as well check. Pretty sure I can't. It'd be very silly if I went. I was trying to do things to those, messing around with those sphincters, and all I had to do is... Nope. They want me to do all the work. Or at least to get to the appointed place. And then they'll come after me. Alright. Might not be a bad idea to grab, like a good 30 minutes. Just get a little stamina back. You don't want to sleep for too long.
The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. You feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it.
And also if I look at it from a distance away. As it happens. Alright, well, obviously, focus on the twitchy one first. Is there something new to be seen or found here? It's just as possible that now we're at the appointed time that the other sphincters will welcome me in.
This is some kind of altar to the Dark One. The top is covered with sand. Torch holders flank the altar to provide light for nameless rites and unspeakable rituals.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm supposed to start the ritual here, but I'll check out the other sphincters.
You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through.
It's possible that there's more to the game. It's possible
Try
that,
as you might.
We're actually just going to go pretty quickly to the climax here. Who knows?
Try as you might.
Yeah, okay.
Try as you...
Alright. Hey, it stopped twitching. I guess now the game knows that I know that it opens.
That did... Straighten...
Hold on. Oh no. Is it a one-time shot? Okay, fine. We'll go back. Alright. Memorized rituals. Do I have the other ones still? I do have the others all. Do I need to, like, read them or something? No. And this could be the altar of the ritual, for all I know. But yeah. I mean, we've definitely come full circle if it's this.
It doesn't... No one...
Can't you start shouting the words of the ritual? Can I use action on the thing?
The altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but leaves a deeper chill somewhere within you.
Well...
The altar doesn't look quite ready for the ritual somehow. The lighting isn't quite right.
Well, there's the confirmation. I need to run to the washroom again very briefly. Very briefly. Hang tight. Okay, this is it. So, step one seems pretty clear. The lighting isn't quite right because I stole one of the torches.
Put the torch back in the sconce.
Alright.
There are lines in the sand, as if it has been used in the past to form pictures. There is no apparent pattern to the lines at the moment.
Okay. Hold on. First, just see, is there an order? Is that
didn't
simple?
do anything you... That didn't do...
Alright. Ah, man. If it's the order from the puzzle before, which probably is, I didn't type that. I just wrote it on a piece of paper that I don't know where it is. Let's find out.
That didn't do... That didn't...
Okay, hold on. Can I do something with these lines? Is there a puzzle here?
The altar feels strangely... Torch glow... Torch... This is some kind of altar.
Okay.
That didn't... That didn't... That didn't... That didn't... That didn't...
Okay. Can I draw lines with this dagger?
This does not seem...
No.
This is not a good...
Okay. Can I combine the ritual items? No. I don't see why Arana's staff would be relevant here, but... Altar remains unmarked.
The altar feels...
Feels strange when I touch it.
There are lines in the sand, as if it has been used in the past to form pictures. There is no apparent pattern to the lines at the moment.
So I get that message for specifically the bone ritual. Wait, hold on.
Press the Dark One sign against...
Of course.
The altar. The sand swirls and shifts to form a...
Well, there. That could have got a lot more frustrating for those familiar with the game. We could have got a lot longer before I was like, oh, right. Every single time. Great. I love doing rituals in adventure games and RPGs.
You unroll the scroll containing the bone ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin to perform the ritual. Ya Avuzol,
Dark One, come! I stand among your massive bones. Let your skeleton once more be filled with your presence.
The rocks of the cave creak and groan around you, as if forced to bear some massive weight.
Ah, Avuzol, take shape once more in this place that is your home. Stand again among us.
The bones near the altar start to sway and move, as if a massive wind was blowing change through the cavern.
Ah, Avuzol, Dark One, come.
As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. Suddenly you realize that the nearest bones have formed into a cage and are closing around you.
Oh, come on. I'm doing your ritual, buddy. It's not like I'm going to be any faster at doing it now that I'm all cramped down here.
Nothing happened. This is not the problem.
Is it an order thing? I'll try them all. Or I might need to work my way out of the bone cage. Which is what I'll try next.
Nothing. This is not.
Wait, I should try the bone cage itself with all
This
of
is
them.
not.
Okay, and then just the fourth.
You need to get out of this cage before you.
Okay, thank you. I was waiting for you to just confirm that for me. Alright. Can it be all so simple?
The chaotic forces in these caves twist and change your magic in strange, unpredictable ways. For the moment, that spell has no discernible effect.
Alright, fine. Well, second guess. Am I just stronger than these bones?
There isn't room or time for you to play.
Okay, can I break it?
Bracing yourself, you apply all your
Okay,
strength to the
there we
cave's
go.
bones. The rocks give a terrible shriek, then shatter.
Boom! How am I doing for points? 379. Alright, well. Jeez. What's up next? The blood ritual. This could end messily, based on our experiences
That
so
didn't
far.
do anything useful. That didn't do anything useful.
Getting all kinds of
That didn't.
great actors finally intoning rituals.
That didn't do it. That didn't do it. That didn't.
Okay. What now?
No one.
No one's listening, so I can't just say the ritual aloud.
The altar feels strangely.
Okay. Maybe there's something visually different
You are in
here.
a large cave, dim.
That part's not different.
The sands on the bone altar shift under your gaze, as if they and the altar are alive. Green flames flicker around the magical torches.
Okay. And then...
The ritual isn't designed to be used that way. You need to read it in the appropriate place at the correct time.
Oh, wait. If this is the bone altar... You know what? Just put it all on the line. It's not like I can't quickly reperform that ritual. If this is not the right thing to do. But we have more sphincters, don't we? Law of economy of sphincters.
The valve won't budge. If you had a bit more light, maybe you'll be able to see how...
Oh, okay. Do I have to reclaim my torch? I don't know. That might also be a suggestion that no, we are actually just going to do everything here in the bone room.
You take the torch. That didn't...
Yes, thank you, John Rhys Davies. I got the achievement now. Didn't need 1001.
The fourth...
Okay. Do we got a twitch? Yes, we do. Oh man, the blood room is not going to be nice, is it? Gonna get my boots wet. Wow. Describe it to me,
You
Mr.
are in an
Davies.
eerie cave
Mr. Rhys
that
Davies.
appears to have been formed by red lava. It's a long way down to the pits between the narrow passageways.
Can't have any more. Well, we'll replace the automatic save with bloody mess. Alright, here we go. Well, I mean, theory number one. So it's not really that scary. It's going to be okay. We can just do this. Excellent. Running up the stairs, eager to find out what's the equivalent of the bone cage grabbing me going to be when I perform the blood ritual. The thought occurred to me, Tashtari. As soon as it described the room, I was like, oh man, this was King's Quest. We wouldn't be beating the game this week. We'd just be making our way to the blood ritual. And I would have to tell Danielle I can't make supper. Because it would take hours.
You unroll the scroll containing the blood ritual.
Alright.
Words are visible at last, and you begin to perform the ritual.
Avuzel, bring out blood. Bring fresh blood to fill your veins.
Following the scroll's instructions, you prick your finger and let a few drops of blood drip into the altar bowl. They seem to sizzle and broil within the black bowl.
We're blood brothers now, Avuzel. Yeah.
Let this chamber fill with your fiery blood
once more. Oops, forgot to say all the ritual.
Thick acid
hopefully as long as you hit the keywords it works.
Drip from the altar into the bowl.
Avuzel, bringer of blood.
The dark liquid oozes forth from openings throughout the chamber and begins to fill the channels below. The blood hisses and sizzles as it flows. The scroll falls from your hands into the altar bowl, where it is instantly consumed.
Kinda does.
A thick, putrescent liquid now oozes and flows through the cave. Looks highly corrosive and in general like something you'd best avoid.
Alright, well, jeez. This place sucks now. I'm assuming that we need to take an alternate way back. Well, let's find out. Your destiny is not fulfilled until you've got every single dark one contained in a little tiny Kinder Egg. Perfect. It is.
You can't reach the island from here. It's too far. It's too.
Is this a heroic jumping thing?
It feels pretty solid and rock. That. It's too.
What do you mean it's too far away? It's right here. Come on, man. Work with me. Okay. I pushed that stone. Why?
You can't reach.
Is that something I wanted to do?
It's too far.
I can hop back down. Oh, because I've stopped. Okay, great. I did want to push the stone. It stopped the flow below. Now I should be able to just go back the traditional way. It's a brave hero indeed. I will run down these blood-slickened stairs above a bottomless fiery chasm of lava. But hey, can't argue with the results. Okay. Man, there's no way the breath ritual is going to smell good. I assume that obviously I have 5 rituals, and There are only 4 chambers. Probably coming back to the central chamber for the big moment. Check in on the points status. 400. All right. Well, here we are. What's this place?
The stone has been formed into a number of strange globes in this part of the cave.
Seems very
The
possible,
stone image of a
Stupinski.
huge unearthly creature with tentacles has been carved out of the rock on the left side. The huge stone tentacle is hollow. It somehow reminds you of a mocking imitation of a musical instrument. It's another valve or sphincter, much like the one through which you entered.
Alright. So what I still have, I've got the heart ritual, the mouth ritual, and the breath ritual. Yes. Heart. Sense. Alright, I don't have the mouth ritual. Okay. Sorry, what was the sense ritual again? The symbol of the senses. I don't remember what that symbol is. Okay. Well, is there an
Can't
inner
get the
chamber?
smell to move.
No. Is that simply because this represents the sense ritual?
That didn't do it.
Or does this?
This is not the proper...
No. Is it the heart? Well, let's try.
This is not the proper...
Oh, is this breath? Does that thing represent lungs?
You unroll the scroll containing the
Right.
breath ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin to read the ritual.
Should have brought a clothespin. This would be the exact time.
Ya
Ya
Avuzal, the
Avuzal, breath of night. I shall come to draw forth your breath in the song of shadows.
On the most right
Right.
home shall I begin thy song.
The shadows of darkness gather. Ya Avuzal. Then shall I play on the leftmost of 3. The wind will come forth among the shadows. I shall bring breath again unto thy center. The wind of darkness blows all before it. Ya Avuzal of the breath of night, I shall sound the final note on high. The shadows of darkness shall rise again.
You sense an awakening and a waiting within the altar, as if it is alive and expecting something more.
It wants more? Well, I don't have a musical instrument with me. Can I play this thing? I can just blow on it. Great. No! Okay. Well. Appreciative of the automatic save. Not going to read the ritual a second time. If the climax of the story is set to just like some smooth jazz.
Stone bubbles are everywhere in this section of the cave. They remind you of something, but it's not quite coming to you. It's another valve or sphincter.
Okay. Well, step 1 is clear enough.
You unroll the scroll containing the breath ritual. The words are visible at last, and you begin.
Boom, 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 boom.
You sense an awakening and a waiting within the altar, as if it is alive and expecting something more.
Well,
You can't get this.
still can't do anything with this valve. Well, I'm gonna walk away. Alright. I don't know.
Despite their appearance,
Okay.
it does.
Does it look different now?
The huge stone tentacle is hollow.
Does it just want me to make like a drum noise inside it?
This is not a good place to.
Or to bang on it with Irana's staff?
That didn't do anything.
Or to bang on it with a hammer, like I was playing a xylophone?
That didn't do. That did.
No. Can I?
No one seems.
No. Can I talk to it?
It doesn't.
No. Alright. It's awaiting something more. Something to do with breath. I wish I had a wind spell. Or that I was still hanging on to the wind elemental in a bellows. From back in Shapir. Okay. See, the game couldn't know that I would definitely have garlic. It would be kind of cruel of the game. So probably there's not just a garlic breath joke here, but...
That didn't do anything.
And I still have the ritual. Well, hold on. Seems far-fetched. Can I bang on anything with the hammer?
No.
No. Okay. What else do I see?
It's another valve.
It's another valve.
The stone bubbles have joined here. The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood. The rough stone bubble. The stone has been formed into a.
Okay. Should have stolen the special lock on Dr. Cranium's door.
The ritual isn't You unroll the scroll. I shall bring breath again unto thy center. Yeah, you sense an.
Okay. Is the center... Is it actually asking me to go back and blow breath into the thing in the middle? In the central chamber? Feels like probably not, but I'll check it out.
The altar feels strangely warm to your...
No. It's probably something I gotta do in that room. It's waiting for something, but if I just touch it, it's going to swallow me alive. Feels like it should have something to do with like music or sound or air, and yet... Wish I could just throw rocks at it. Play like a xylophone.
This is not...
Okay. Can I
It does...
speak to them? No, I can't. Touching them, as I know, will just kill me. So want to be poked with a sword? We're going to find out. I think it's probably just going to tell me it doesn't do anything useful.
That didn't do anything useful.
Okay. Any magic
Your
here?
spell has... Your spell has no...
Okay, none of my spells are going to work, are they? Not ready to ask for a hint, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how obvious am I going to think this was in hindsight when I do figure it out?
That didn't do... That didn't do it. The altar remains unmarked. That didn't do it.
And I can't force the other sphincter with my dagger. Oh, man.
This is not a good...
Okay. Okay. You know what? I better actually read the text of the ritual, not aloud.
You unroll the...
Okay.
Yeah, a woozle of the breath
I'm
of
going to
night.
draw back forth the breath in the Song of Shadows.
On the most right horn shall I begin thy song.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright. On the most right horn shall I begin thy song. But, ya Avuzal, I shall remember that my right and your right are different when we're facing each other. Maybe. Maybe that's it. Let's find out. But yeah, I should have realized that the fact that there is a blowing into it like sound and animation to set up that funny death scene was a clear suggestion that also...
You unroll the scroll containing the breath ritual. The words are visible at...
Okay.
You sense an awakening. And
Did it say the leftmost that time?
you unroll... Yeah. On the most right horn
Okay,
shall I begin thy song.
There's more to it. On the most right song will I begin the song. Then, the leftmost of 3.
Then shall I play on the... I shall bring breath again.
And then to the
thy
center.
The wind
Right,
of
left,
darkness
center.
blows all before...
It's all there. It's all right there. Place the automatic save. Okay. Is this the rightmost horn then?
The altar feels...
Where's the... Okay. How many horns are there? Where can I see them? Yeah, there's only 3. But didn't this one... Yeah. Okay. Is this a horn?
You take a deep breath, then
Okay.
blow hard into the hollow tentacle.
And then the leftmost. Is that this one?
The altar feels strangely...
No, it probably is this one. No. Okay. It's alright. It's okay. For all intents and purposes, this is coming together now.
You take a deep... The altar feels...
But it said the leftmost of 3.
The altar feels...
What does that mean? What is that part telling me?
The altar... The altar...
Can we run this back?
You unroll... Yeah.
Okay.
On the most right.
Most right.
Yeah.
Leftmost of 3.
I shall bring breath again.
And then the center.
You sense...
Okay. Let me take a step back. Look at this whole thing. Leftmost of 3. Am I missing something? Or did I just unmiss it when I discovered the leftmost of 3? Let me double check. Okay.
Yeah. On the most
right shall I begin. Then
yeah,
shall I play on the leftmost of 3.
Then shall I
the wind will come forth among the shadows.
I shall bring breath again unto thy center.
And then into the center.
The wind of darkness. Yeah. You sense an awakening.
Uh-oh. Did I restart the ritual by doing that? Let's find out.
You take a deep...
No. Okay. Let's just start it up again.
You take a deep breath.
Okay. The leftmost of 3 thing is messing with me because I can't tell what the 3 are. Is it 1, 2, 3? You know what? There's also...
You take a deep
yeah.
breath.
Okay.
Then blow hard into the hollow tentacle.
And then... Is this the one that blows into the center? Nope. So the one in the center of the 3. Okay. Great. Fine. Okay. I think we're on track.
You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle.
And then the one that's in between the rightmost and the leftmost. No? Okay. Alright. A couple of possibilities here. Well, probably more than 2 possibilities, but 2 things occur to me.
You take a deep breath, then blow hard into the hollow tentacle. You take a deep breath, Then blow hard into the hollow tentacle.
Center down here.
You take a deep breath.
Yes. Okay, great.
Then blow hard into the
No
hollow
more,
tentacle.
no faffing about with the center of the middle chamber again. Or wait. So is that good? I mean, I didn't get any victory text. But I also didn't get inhaled. Nothing's happening. Okay. It's okay. It also seems possible that if
You take a deep
we're
breath.
just using the lower ones,
Then blow hard into the hollow tentacle.
then the leftmost of three is actually this one.
You take a deep breath. Then blow hard into the hollow tentacle.
There it is. Okay. Take a step back so I can see the center of those three. But his center might be this main one now.
You take a deep breath. Then blow
We'll know if
hard
the music
into the
gets
hollow
bad.
tentacle.
Okay. Hold on.
You take a deep.
Oh. Okay. Great. I assume I don't want to actually, yeah. No. It breathed. That's just the breathing. I'm not supposed to go in there, I don't think. Oh no. Gotta grab onto something here.
Dust swirls through the chamber.
Yeah.
Dust swirl. Dust swirl.
Okay.
You grab for the tendril and
Okay. Great. Alright. And then... Okay. Wild. That was fun. How we doing now? 421. We're awful close. Well, this sphincter seems pretty inviting.
you feel totally numb. Can't see anything, feel anything, hear anything, taste anything, or even smell anything. Is this totally senseless?
Well, yes. Okay. Is it as simple as just the whole place is the altar of the senses? Because obviously, with hindsight, it makes sense that the center is the heart ritual. But the sense ritual. Let's see. Can we just get to work?
Nothing.
No.
No.
Okay. Can anybody
No
hear
one.
me? No. Well, if I start moving...
Wait. You just felt something, hard and round with some spiky bits sticking out. Your sense of touch has returned.
Sweet. Although, is this a punchline about me being killed by spikes? No? Okay. Okay. Will I just keep getting my senses back if I walk on bravely? Seems like yes. No? Do I need to find the sensations? Or should I be touching stuff as I move?
It feels like slimy stone covered with moss. There doesn't seem to be anything with... It feels like... That...
Okay.
That did... That...
Then over here we got slimy
feels
stone.
like...
Okay. I guess I should have been feeling around a bit more when I first got my senses back.
That... There doesn't seem to be any... That...
Okay. I don't know. Probably not back to the front path. But how far... No. Okay. Well, then maybe it is just going down the path. And perhaps the slimy... Wait. Right here I can actually see something to touch.
That did...
Or is that an artifact? Okay. Well, perhaps what I thought I saw is just an indication that there's an above me path to reach. I don't know. When I get to here...
It feels like It feels... You feel a round globe with a number of sharp, spiky points.
Oh yeah. Ritual.
That didn't do anything.
No.
That did...
Not the altar. Okay.
That did... That did... You feel a round globe with a number of sharp, spiky... That... You feel a round...
Okay. Is this the...
That didn't do... No.
I do have the correct ritual selected, right?
That did... That did...
No.
No.
It's not going to be that easy. Okay. So I can go in this direction, and then I've reached my limit in that direction, it seems. But I can also go in this direction, but not very far. Then if I come down... I mean, this is the only place where I'm feeling anything unique. Yeah, what is that?
That did... That...
Wait.
Wow, did something just die in here? Your sense of smell has just returned with a vengeance.
Great.
Kinda wish it hadn't.
Awesome. I mean, you know, except for the hideous stench. But we're on the path. Can I now go further up this way? I'm going to guess that the last sense that we'll recover is sight, so that we can be awed by whatever this ritual room
You
looks
hear a
like.
loud, almost explosive pounding and something like rushing water. After a moment you realize that you're hearing the sounds of your own heartbeat and of the blood pulsing through your veins.
Very cool.
You stand still for a second until the sounds subside to a dull throb.
Okay.
You can hear again.
All right. Well, just carry on.
Blinding glare assaults your vision and you nearly fall from the path. It's as if you're staring directly at the sun. After a bit you still see stars. Now at last you can see the cave you're in. Ahead of you lies the altar.
It's a freaky cave. It's a bunch of nerves, I guess. Cool. So the shiny stone covered with moss. I wonder what that was supposed to... What is that? Is that the... Oh, yeah. Because look, nerves is where... Like, a bunch of nerves is where I got the sense of touch back. This thing, while going through this passage, I got the sense of smell back. So it's like a... It's got to do with the nose. Then up here, I got the sense of sound back. And then here, there's a big eye. Nice.
You begin to read the sense ritual before the altar.
Ya Avuzel, dark calls unto darkness. Reach out thy tentacles to feel life again. Let the sense of this world permeate thy smell. Ya Avuzel, the sounds of our world are loud in thine ears to do that thou will. Let the light and shadows of this world enter thy sight. And the shadow of darkness cover the world without need of light. Avuzel, darkness goes on to darkness. And you can shout all the rituals at them while they stare at you, curious.
You hear a crackling noise and see flashes of lightning from the dendrites as the smell of ozone permeates the air.
Okay. Not sure if those are going to come into play as I make my way out. So first, let's just assume that they won't. They do, and it hurts. But okay. It's also a simple enough challenge. And the hero even realized on his own. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, come on. 2. He stopped running. Okay. Perhaps I'll go ahead and I do have a healing potion. No time like the present.
That feels good.
Alright. Shocked me, but it also carried me through. Dun 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 dun. And this is the heart altar. It was the heart altar all along, wasn't it? start with the assumption that this is the heart altar and it's time. And I'm excited, so I'm going to run to it.
You unroll the scroll containing the heart.
Alright, here we
Words
go.
are visible at last, and you begin to perform the ritual.
Yah, Vuzel, Master of Darkness, your servant stands now before your heart of darkness. Let your heart pulsate again with power and life.
You feel a heavy throbbing sensation from your own heart, as if some force is trying to rip it free from your chest.
Doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
Vuzel, let the heart of darkness force the black blood through your veins.
The pressure on your chest relaxes as the stone heart begins to pulse.
You might be Kurtz.
With unearthly energy. Yeah,
Yah, Vuzel, Master of Darkness.
As you complete the ritual, the scroll turns to dust in your hands. The rumbling noise grows louder as a passage opening appears in the ceiling above the heart altar.
In the ceiling. Gotta climb up. Yep. And now the memorized ritual. Oh, hey!
Very good. You have succeeded where many have failed.
I often do that.
In the final ritual, soon the darkness will return to this land, and I will never lie helpless in my coffin again.
You're half right.
Summon a Vuzel and free the shadows of darkness.
Enough talk. Let's get this over with.
I do believe you are jealous. Is that because this hero stopped you from summoning Iblis so long ago? You resent the fact that I triumph while you fail, don't you?
But what if,
Only
Katrina?
wish to begin your moment of triumph, my dear Dark Master.
I think Ad Avis has a pretty clear sense of what's actually going to happen here. I don't
You
know.
begin to recite the final ritual.
Yah, Avuzel, we summon thee.
Cold chill fills you, and you feel as if your blood was being sucked from your veins. Still you continue.
Oh, great dark one, enter the world of light.
You feel as if your feet were slowly and painfully dissolving into the floor as if by acid. Somehow you continue the essence ritual.
Oh, shadows of darkness, enter the land of the living.
Your arms feel as if they were frozen, locked forever holding this paper. You continue to speak because you have no other choice.
Oh, Master of the forever night, return to your own body and live again.
Your head aches, and it's getting incredibly difficult to concentrate. You can barely intone the last words of the ritual.
Yah, Avuzel, we summon thee.
Yes! Yes! The spell is completed, and a Vuzel awakens. Darkness will fill the land, and we will never flee the sunshine again.
Partly true.
No! How dare you!
Betrayal.
Ah, you have just shattered the bonds which bound me. Now we shall see who is the true Dark Master.
My money's on Katrina.
I am still a far greater master of magic than you. I am a far more powerful vampire than you. Do you really think your spells can harm me? Guess again.
But my dear Katrina, I do not need to cast spells at you to destroy you. I intend only to destroy my enemy, the one you seem so fond of.
What?
One
Dude, come on! Enemy of your enemy is your friend.
Don't let him die!
Thank you, Katrina. Still can't do anything.
Katrina will have all the darkness she so desired. Much, much more. Ah, the first part of my vengeance is complete. Now I can enjoy fully watching you die slowly and painfully.
The tendrils you clutch so desperately are starting to slip through your numb fingers. You cannot hold on much longer. Still, there is a fire burning inside you as you realize that Katrina truly cared for you. You know that you must stop Ad Avis once more and forever.
Did she?
And prevent
I don't know.
one from fully entering this
I'm not sold.
There's no place you can run to and no place for you to hide. Soon there won't even be a place to stand upon. Getting worried, great hero?
No. I've experienced that before. She did. Yeah, and I guess my role here was over. So did she want me to, like, rule the Forever Knight at her side? Or something? I don't know. Can we just get right down to business here?
Go ahead, throw it. You'll take your one shot, which I shall easily deflect. Then I'll finish with you at my leisure.
I'm not throwing this. Oh, whoops. I should have taken... Oh, cool. I mean, like, not cool because it's bad. But cool that we get the return of the, oh no, Ultimate Doom game over screen. Okay. So first, we should probably try throwing the staff in that split second. Oh, man.
Very good. You have succeeded. Begin shot.
Okay.
Enough.
Okay. So did Ad Avis just psych me out? And the answer all along was that he is deluded that he can deflect Arana's staff of all things.
But my dear Katrina, I do not need to cast spells at you to destroy you. I intend only to destroy...
I wonder what is it that made Katrina fond of me? Just like she was impressed with my resourcefulness? Am I really that handsome?
Tendrils you clutch so desperate. Still, there is a fire burning inside you as you realize that Katrina truly cared for you. You know that you must stop Ad Avis once more and forever.
Let's try the... It's just the staff.
Fully entering this world.
There's no... Go ahead, throw it.
It's also possible that the gimmick here is that I don't throw it at him, I throw it at something else. I guess we'll find out.
Oh, is that the best you can do? So
He
sad.
did deflect it.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah! Oh man, he double killed me. Okay. Oh, we gotta watch the whole thing again? I mean, it's actually not that long. That's okay. Alright, I take the staff out. I don't throw it at him. Okay. So, I mean, next guess is throw it at the, you know, the special glowing part.
You begin to recite the final.
I think that's another part of the strategy here, Cedric. Absolutely. A moment of truth save. Yeah, it feels like a little more something with like disguised as a peasant Katrina was really necessary to sell us on the idea that Katrina loved me all along.
Really think your spells can harm me? Guess again.
But I...
No!
The fool! I knew that a woozle would be attracted.
I'm not sure that going the like,
Will have all the darkness she so desired.
you know, like really kick-ass battle music was the best choice.
First part of my vengeance.
But at the same time, this fucking music is great.
Now I can enjoy fully watching you die. And pay for it.
The tendrils you clutch so desperately are starting to slip through your numb fingers. Still.
Alright. He zaps me. Am I getting worried? No, I have a plan. I'll replace the automatic save with the moment of truth save. Okay. First, is it just the use the staff,
Go ahead.
but
throw
not
it.
on him?
You'll take your one shot, which I shall easily deflect. Then I'll finish with you at my leisure.
You don't have time to deal with the crystal right now.
No, I do have to
Our
do something
Argus
about
is
him.
trying to kill you. Nothing happened.
Okay. We're gonna have to keep watching this happen every time, but at least otherwise this will go fairly quickly. Okay. Can I dodge? Do I have any... I got the fucking magic shield, don't I? Do I still have a magic shield? Is this just another reflect the spell thing? Alright. Let's take stock. No, it's just a shield. Okay. Well, take out the staff.
Go ahead. Throw it. You'll take your one shot, which I shall easily deflect. Then I'll finish with you at my leisure.
Oh, jeez, and then he didn't even give me a chance to think. Alright. Restore. Do I throw garlic at him? Can I pitch the stake right through his heart? I don't think garlic is the answer.
That didn't do anything useful.
Try the stake. I mean, we did get a stake.
That didn't do anything.
No? Okay. Is there another thing I can target with the staff?
Go ahead. Throw it.
He had already killed me. Oh, man. I thought maybe I would break my streak of final sequences where I just can't get it quite right. It's snug. But... okay. Take up the staff.
Go ahead. Throw it.
That didn't do anything useful.
No, okay. Can I dodge him? Can I hop to another thing? Can I don't know. really be great if we could just press the escape key here. I mean, it's a cool animation, don't get me wrong.
You feel a throbbing vibration as though the rock is alive with energy.
Okay, hold on. Is that energy a clue? Probably not.
Nothing happened. You don't have time to deal with the crystal right now.
He's killed me. I can't move. This one is a lot less, like, there's, you're just not getting much to work with here, are you? Oh, no, magic doesn't work here.
You can hide, but you cannot run. You think I haven't arranged protections again?
Okay, fine. Fine.
Cast the orb.
No. And here comes the boom. And he's not lying that he can easily deflect around his staff, which seems... And yet taking it out does produce a whole little thing, which makes it feel like it's probably the first step. I don't know.
Go ahead, throw it. You'll take your one shot, which I shall easily deflect. Then I'll finish with you at my leisure.
That didn't do anything useful. Nothing happened.
Yeah, like, come on. Baba Yaga has chilled out a bit since the time that I messed up all her plans. I turned her into a frog, man. All I did was kill you. Okay. What the... Oh, come on. Feels like this is step one, especially because I just don't see what other item could be involved here. The shopping bag. Throw it seamlessly onto Ad Avis's head.
Go ahead, throw it. You'll take your one shot, which I...
You don't have time to deal with the crystal right now.
When I saw the talk icon, I was like, maybe, is there a word here? That's true. I mean, yes, I did, like, you know, yeah. And you can definitely imagine Ad Avis being the kind of guy who's got some issues with strong authority figures of the female variety. We just watched him suborn one to the clutches of the dark one. Okay.
You don't have time to deal. You face the worst of two worlds. Ad Avis still has the magic that made him a power when he was alive, but now he has the strength and abilities of a vampire as well. This is the cave's nerve center. A weird glow suffuses the room from the crystal at the center. A spidery network of stone is all that keeps you from falling into a dark
Right. Okay, well, looking around to gather information has now cost me my life. It's too late. Do anything. Oh my god, I forgot the ultimate joke. Okay, well. It's a very good use of Quest for Glory's zany, wild tightrope act of tonal balance, if the answer here is to tell the ultimate joke.
You tell the ultimate joke about the wizard and the farmer's daughter. That's a killer.
You think to delay your demise by telling stupid jokes? That wasn't even fun.
Despite his protestations, Ad Avis begins to laugh.
Are you sure it's not funny, buddy?
In a few moments, he's doubled over, still laughing uncontrollably. Now's your chance!
Haha! Sorry, buddy.
A voice forms in the air around you, seemingly coming from your glowing staff. It is time for you to fulfill my final destiny. You must use me to release my mistress from her imprisonment.
Affirmative.
Touch the staff of Irana to the crystal.
You walk in honor and righteousness. This day you have freed the land of Mordavia from great evil. May you always hold high the way of the paladin. You have freed me from my imprisonment by the Dark One. I have driven Avuzil back to its own dimension forever. Your magic is of great power to have
I now see the gentle hinting.
It seems we shared a dream once. You gave me hope while I was trapped in the darkness. You held me in your arms and showed me your love.
That was, during the good part of the dream.
Kiss. I am only a spirit, a ghost. It will take more magic than I have ever known before we shall ever be together again. I can only thank
Well, I mean, I'll die someday. Does that work?
I shall love you.
Does that get us together? Well, holy shit. I'm a little more sold on you loving me than I am on Katrina. But still, like...
Weeks pass from the final encounter at the Dark One's cave. Your friends and acquaintances in Moldavia hold a party in your honor at Castle Hall.
So even as we speak, the swamp is drying up. Soon the pass will open, and we may trade with the outside world.
Once the goo stopped flowing.
Have to because we have to. We can finally sell our produce to others.
Yeah, we'll export garlic to all parts of the world. Everybody will be stinky.
We can even import an elephant or two, just for
They're carrying the...
time's sake.
The king has sent word that I shall be the newly appointed
royal litter.
Castle
Actually.
Borgo will again protect and guard Mordavia.
He could not have chosen a worthier person for the role. And I mean that sincerely.
Thank you.
Gathered here to thank this hero.
I'm sorry, could you...
Driven away the shadows of darkness from
Hey,
this land,
that's the name of the game.
Mordavia will again be the peaceful, beautiful land of our
The people fill the room with their cheers.
Do we have to invite Dr. Cranium?
Return Tanya to us. For that, we shall be forever grateful.
He proved that dreams can be real if you work to make them so.
He brought me back to my mom.
Yeah.
And you know what? They weren't even bad.
Now it's quest for glory. Lights of brightness.
Cheer of happiness.
Igor be engraved if not for hero friend. Instead of redhead, Igor be deadhead. Little graveyard humor there.
I would have been burned at the stake only because I am a gypsy, if this hero had not befriended me.
No, man, me and you became friends after that.
But you know who you are. Spread nasty rumors that gypsies were werewolves. How foolish to believe such things.
Hey, listen, you know what?
There are
If
many
people
here who
can
owe
change.
their lives and happiness to this hero. In a land with a history of great heroes like Piotr and Irana, he is one of the great.
Yeah, top 3.
Again, the hall is filled with cheers of excitement. You suddenly hear a familiar pair of voices.
Oh.
There, that's it. I believe this crystal ball is
Oh.
finally working. Do you see anything, Fenris?
Yeah, I see him. He's with a bunch of people. Either a reward ceremony or a lynch mob.
Let me see. Well, it's a reward ceremony, of course. Probably done some great deed.
Or a whole bunch, come on.
Well, seeing that his adventure in Moldavia is obviously over, we can give to Somalia, of course.
Suppose he doesn't want to come here.
Ah, you forget. He is a hero. Somalia needs a hero right now. Everyone knows a hero has to go where a hero has to go.
Let's hope he knows that. Make sure you use the right spell to teleport. Last time you tried this, you brought the clothes and left a person behind.
Yeah, there are children in this room. Don't do that. If you gotta mess it up like that, do it the other way. I actually kind of thought that was gonna be the joke, but no. A perfect game! Yes! I don't have to, I don't gotta look up the points I missed. That's gratifying. Absolutely no honor for stopping the Dark One. Got a little bit better climbing at the climax there, a little smarter.
Congratulations. You have successfully completed Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness, with the maximum possible score.
Wow.
We welcome you to the ranks.
Well, second try technically, Stupinski, but like, yeah.
Heroes.
First completion.
If you have not
Perfect
already
score.
done so, we encourage you to play Shadows of Darkness.
That feels great.
with the other character types.
I will someday, Mr.
Many
Reese
of the puzzles
Davies.
are different or have alternate solutions. In the meantime, you are already a winner. Please insert a right.
Feels that way.
To save your winning hero for use in later Quest for Glory games.
Singular, actually, but hey.
The save character file has been created. Save this disk for use with later Quest for Glory games from Sierra Online. Thank you for playing Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness. Congratulations again on winning. We hope to see you again in a future Quest for Glory.
And you will. What? Oh, hey. A brain with feet or like a skull carrot? I don't know. Weird. But okay. Gotta watch the credits. I like the credits art. Good work, Aubrey Hodges. Excellent soundtrack in this game. Likewise, Tim, I think that was. Tim Lukes. Great work on the character designs. Obviously, huge applause to Lorianne and Corey Cole. Or Corey and Lorianne Cole, however they prefer to be. Actually, I guess they usually go by the Coles. Props to the Coles. Because this was a great game. Very fun to play. Successful from a ludic perspective. Incredible story. Success from a narrative perspective. Hey, you know what? Henry and Mark, it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. It wasn't amazing. It was alright. The battle system. We gotta credit the voice cast, folks. Not that I'm saying the QA people aren't important too. But we cycled back through the art. Oh, we're cycling back through the credits as a whole. No voice cast credits, presumably because these are just this credit sequence is for the was just reused from the disc version of the game. But now it's just repeating. We've done it. We won. But this game over music, despite its ominous minor key tones, is not actually the bad game over music. It's just the you're done now. Unless you want to restore or restart. Alright. Well, normally the first thing I do when I finish these games, or any adventure game, I guess, since I did it for King's Quest 1 as well, so I go and find out about the points I missed, but I didn't. I didn't miss any points. That feels good. That feels great. Helped the Rusaka. Helped the Travelers. Got all the spells. Made friends with Baba Yaga. Yeah, it's not like, you could try again with another character type if you want. The puzzles are different now. But it won't be right now. It will be someday. I will do a thief run where I will mentally commit to role-playing a jerk. Gotta get in the right mental zone. If I'm gonna riff with the NPCs, but I'm also consciously trying to be a jerk, there's a fine rope to walk there without being off-putting to the audience or saying something offensive. And be like, no, I'm in character. It's this character, James. But yeah, alright. So, I think if you've seen any moment in this playthrough where I was describing my thought, or just saying what I thought of the game, then my final thoughts will not be a huge surprise to you when I say that I thought this was an incredible game. I thought that, to me, it felt like taking the, sort of the Quest for Glory 1, the Hero's Quest sort of setup of a Germanic town and a forest and some other locales, and coming back at it again. And while, like, Trial by Fire might still, I don't know. I'll have to let it settle for a bit before I can say which one is my favorite. But I do think that this was the best model for experiencing the game of Quest for Glory. The meshing of role-playing and adventure game mechanics. When you have a forest to wander in where you can get attacked. I think Trial by Fire would have benefited if they, obviously, they originally planned to have like enemies like thieves and stuff you could encounter in the many tunnels or hallways of Trial by Fire. And that would have helped because in Trial by Fire all the random monsters are in a side area that you don't need to spend the desert. Whereas when you have a hub area of exploration where everything is and it's filled with battles, then you get more out of the action RPG elements. And I thought that worked here. There is an extent to which, like, a lot of the RPG elements in any RPG, some of the most compelling character development inherently happens with a low-level character, and you can't get that back when you're porting the character through. But I did get to work and train up my climbing, at least. And so, like, the numbers mattered a little. The adventure game elements were great. Shame about that one game-breaking bug that they didn't manage to patch out before the CD-ROM version, but it didn't wind up really putting that big of a damper on me at the end of the day. I was having a great enough time that I didn't mind just starting over and experiencing the parts I'd experienced again, slightly or significantly more efficiently. Obviously, adding voice acting was a very nice touch. I think that there's a point at which fully voice acting games starts to sometimes be a drag, or it can feel like a drag, like a big enough role playing game. Like I'm looking forward to playing Baldur's Gate 3. But like at a certain point, it's like, man, I can read this so much faster. But here, I thought it was just enough dialogue, and like it's a dialogue rich game, but it's not so dialogue rich that I got sick of hearing the voices. And of course, it obviously helped that the voice cast was almost uniformly excellent. And when I say almost, I don't mean this as an insult, Lorianne. That, you know, the couple of lines that Lorianne guessed at what the voice actors' voices might sound like when she had to fill in a couple lines for them were the weakest line readings in the game. One sour note again with Dr. Cranium. Just like, I'm not against dark or gross humor, and bringing it together with necrophilia jokes doesn't inherently bug me. But there's got to be a joke beyond just, hey, I'm fucking this corpse, man. I'm fucking the corpse. Did I tell you about how I'm fucking the corpse? That was a little just kind of like, okay, fine. Sure, you're disgusting. But like, can we have a pun or something about how you're abusing a corpse? Oh. So my initial instinct to just start clicking the ritual on the darkness and see if just the whole place was the altar wasn't that misguided. If I had clicked it to the altar, it would have just been like, boom. Yeah. Well done, PJ, because that's exactly what I'm talking about. Just keep a little bit of the wordplay tone, and maybe it would go down a little smoother. There's something to do with that. There's some kind of Frankie joke we can do with that. But we won't. Yeah. And just like, yeah, the story is great. The little moments are great. The characters are great. Dr. Cranium sucks, but the rest of them are all great. I really like them. It's got multiple like heartstring rending moments. It's got, you know, Nikolai and Anna. It's got Tanya's whole story, both the setup of it, but also the conclusion of it, and just the innkeeper's story, which is kind of just the same story, but also pretty touching stuff. And yeah, it's great. Much more focused quest design than Wages of War, especially. I really liked Wages of War, but like the biggest stumbling block for me in Wages of War was not a game-breaking bug. It was that the plot would not advance until I realized that I needed to do a lot of spear training. But there was no, like, the inciting incident for the plot advancing was not that I like threw a spear really far and woke a beast or something. It was just, you've tripped that flag, now you can carry on. Although, having that experience in Wages of War is probably going to be a helpful thing for me as I play more adventure games. Sometimes you don't have to solve a puzzle, you need to figure out how to trip an arbitrary flag. That might be what's going on in King's Quest 2. I should think about that. What could the flag be if I'm missing a flag? And yeah, it just all came together really well, and the puzzles were fun. Even the one that I found very frustrating, the rotating the labyrinth, at least that turned out to mostly be my fault for not turning the cycles down enough. And once I did, I was able to figure it out, and it was cool. The one like make the picture puzzle, I understand why they made the hint just telling you the answer, because even then it's a bit of work. Maybe like a more conventional sliding puzzle that was a little bit, not even necessarily easier, but like easier in a reasonable way. Then you wouldn't need a hint that just told you the answer, but you could still have the effect. And yeah, good puzzles, fun enemies, great characters, great story, loads of great moments, killer soundtrack, wonderful voice cast. Only one brutal game-breaking bug after it was patched for the CD-ROM release. Yeah, not bad at all. This game is a really, really, really good game. I mean, a great game. And really, to one extent or another, all of them have been. But I think this one does feel like right now it stands out. Maybe once it's settled, like I haven't just had the rush of the climax, I will find out. But I also like, and it didn't just start in this game, but it's really cool how not only does each game really develop a single place, but we have really built, not necessarily a sense of the world beyond that the world has these places plus a place called Somaria in it, but we have built like a narrative world. Like characters recurred in this game from the second game, from the third game. Maybe not the third game. Although, obviously those characters still exist in the world. But also like first game characters came back. Obviously the villain was Ad Avis. And we've already, we got a breadcrumb even before the ending told us explicitly that we're going on to a place called Somaria and that we're at least going to meet Punnybones again there. And that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So no new thoughts occurred to me that didn't occur to me and get voiced by me as I was playing the game. But that's what I think. I think that the reputation is correct. The hype is right. 5 parts, Stimpinski. Quest for Glory 5, Dragonfire, is the last one. So I'm gonna let a little bit of time pass, and it'll be exactly as much time as it takes me to beat Ultima Underworld 2, which is where I'll be going next, back to Britannia on Sundays. And when we finish that, we're going to Silmaria, and that'll be fun. So that's all very fun and exciting stuff. Every now and then I should say things like, hey, if you're watching this but you don't follow, well, I'm going to do this later, like the next Quest for Glory. Someday I'm going to play them all again, so at the very least I know I've got some things to offer you in the future. I'm also doing some adventure games. I'm doing the King's Quest, the early King's Quest games right now on Saturdays. I don't have a clear and coherent theme to this channel, but it's fun stuff. We do a lot of stuff here. So maybe you want to follow. I don't have any pitch for you to subscribe, except that if you have an Amazon Prime account, but you aren't already using your free 1 Twitch subscription a month, perhaps because you didn't know that was a thing, well, hey, if you didn't know that was a thing, you do now, thanks to me. So maybe you should link your Twitch account and your Prime account, and at least give me the first one, and then save the second one for some other streamer you appreciate. Or maybe I'm the only one you like. You can just give them all to me. Who knows? But otherwise, yeah, you don't have to subscribe for me to be glad you're here. If you do subscribe, it's cool, but it's not a big deal. We have a Discord. If any of you would like to chat, plenty of us already are there chatting now and then. But the invite link is there in the About section on this page, and we'd love to have you. And if you ever are on the starting soon screen, you're thinking, that's a nice tune. Well, it doesn't matter. Usually it's the one tune on the weekend. But anytime you popped in, if you heard a tune that you liked during the starting soon, well, that's an Aaron Hodges-Boyle original, and you can access his Bandcamp from the About section. And he's got a whole lot of music, which sounds like a bunch of different things. One day I probably got to do literally just to find out what this Harvey guy is all about. Play Stardew Valley. Although I can't afford Stardew Valley, so I might get there even without. Oh, Stupinski says I can't afford Stardew Valley, or I can't meet Harvey because the universe. If we touch each other, it's like Time Cop will explode. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was one day. My buddy just dropped he started playing Stardew Valley, and he just dropped the picture in our D&D group chat, and I was like, "Is that a picture of me? Like, Did you start learning pixel art, get way better than me really, really quickly, and then draw me as one of your first like masterpieces? And then he explained, and I was like, okay, wow. All this time, like, Stardew Valley's been out. No one's ever pointed this out to me. And then he was like, oh, and the fan art. I'll share a couple of the tamer pieces. And I was like, okay, oh my. Please don't share the less tame ones. This could get really kind of weird for me. But yeah, seems kind of neat. And like, you know, I haven't played a farming game since literally Harvest Moon, like the original. But I really liked Harvest Moon. So probably I will do Stardew Valley one day. I'm just like, as you can probably tell from the games that I do and the way that I engage with them, I really kind of like to play a game and then get to the ending and then move on. So probably there's a lot you can do in Stardew Valley that's just about like, you know, optimizing your farm and stuff like that I'm probably never going to be into. But at the very least, just experiencing one character's time in Stardew Valley seems like something I might enjoy and perhaps ought to do. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Aaron Hodges-Boyle. He's got a lot of music. It's all pretty cool. So some jazz influence, some classical influence, a lot of video gaminess, and just a whole lot of cool tracks. You should check them out. Yeah, I mean, I'll go for something. All right. Yeah, okay, there. Add it to the list, to the unordered list of the things that in the fullness of time I will play. Put Stardew Valley on there right next to Star Control 3, Starflight 2, the rest of the King's Quest games, Ogre Battle Tactics Ogre Battle 64, so on. Suikoden when they've released the remakes. So much that I want to do. Just takes a while because there's only so much time. But yeah, we're going back to Ultima. We're going to Britannia once again. Britannia for the last time. I could someday. I'll pop onto a Star Renegades run live on the air. I can see myself doing that. Lots of things that could potentially be done in the fullness of time. Oh man, yeah. Maybe that's my goal. Play one of those. I guess, I mean, I shouldn't say one of those gay couples because I guess there's no reason that a heterosexual couple couldn't also have this effect. Although it's only been a few of my gay couple friends where I've seen this, where you get a couple and they both just have the same look. You're like, okay, so this was not an opposites attracting thing. This was like a, we can share sweater vests kind of thing. Oh man, what a game, what an experience. So next time you see me will probably be on Tuesday when Greg's going to come over here. We're going to play Mighty Final Fight, because I know Greg's excited for it. Although I realized that we've been saying, okay, we're just going to do all the games, all the beat 'em ups through 1992. And that's a 1993 game. But I know Greg's excited. So we're going to play a little Mighty Final Fight. And then we're going into the last Kunio-kun game that came out before 1992 that is a beat 'em up. Specifically, Shodai Neketsu Koha Kunio-kun. The original hot-blooded tough guy Kunio. And I've played a very tiny bit of that game in the distant past. But it's a beat 'em up RPG like the famous, the River City Ransom, probably the most famous Kunio-kun game. And it has more of a realistic graphical style, kind of harkening back to the original hot-blooded tough guy Kunio-kun game, Neketsu Koha Kunio-kun, which I guess makes sense since this game is the same title with Shodai added to the front of it. And then, if this is finally the week where my life kind of settles into a flow, I got a lot going on this semester, so I've been working pretty heavy days. But if I ever get a Wednesday where it's 4 o'clock and I can stop, I'll be playing some Ogre Battle. once again, at last. On Friday, it's Friday Night Frosthaven. On to whatever thing is next. Actually, now that I think about it, I gotta ask the guys what scenario we want to do next so I can have it set up. And then, it'll be Saturday again. King's Quest II, Romancing the Throne, and maybe a little bit more Casey's Mod. I beat the original King's Quest in 2 sessions. Can I do it again? Maybe. I feel like if I get that one breakthrough that gets things moving, I have a lot of clarity about the kind of things that it seems like my items will do and that should be waiting for me. But I gotta have that breakthrough. And then it'll be Sunday, and we're going back to Britannia. Ultima Underworld 2. Amazing. All right. Well, listen. This was 13 excellent play sessions, and I'm really, really glad that you came along with me. If you were here live in the chat, if you're watching it on YouTube, if you're watching it on video on demand later, if you were lurking and you never said a word in the chat, I don't care. It was great. And I was glad to have you. So yeah, if you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you cannot hear my voice, but I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, that we're all just landing in the same weird new place together for what adventures might await. Take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.